Okay, good evening, folks. Welcome to Earworms, or good whatever time of the day it is if you're hearing us on the rewind. Tonight, we are continuing our little journey with Gerry and Sylvia Anderson. We're going to go a little bit back in time from Space 1999 to, well, it was filmed in 1970, or at least broadcast in 1970, but it kept saying 1980 in subliminal flashes the whole time, just so the viewer knew it was actually taking place in 1980. So we're going to go back to 1980, I guess, which was kindergarten for me. So we'll see what happens. In any case, let's start bringing some folks out here so we can enjoy this very interesting series. I've rearranged my videos and cleaned them up a bit, but now that means I have a hard time recognizing which one's which. So let's see here. Yeah, nope, he's not here this evening. Let's try this. And it looks like she's still a Minbari.
Yes.
Is
Yep.
that still somewhat of a protest?
No, I am like Delenn waiting for Sheridan to return from Zahadum.
Okay.
That's how I'm waiting for Babylon 5 to come back to earworms.
Well, we're going to take a vote tonight, and we're going to see if we can satisfy you earlier rather than later. I think I'm going to leave it up to our chat because hey, we might as well. Sorry, Colin, but until you're on stage, the audience doesn't hear you. So no, he's saying that this is between Liza and I. Yeah, she's waiting for Tron to come back from Zaha Doom. Let's see here.
Tron,
Let's introduce
sacrilege.
some more folks so they don't all just keep talking behind the scenes and no one hears what they're saying. What do we have next? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I should pay attention to the order of these things. Is this it? Is it? Is it? No, save that. Save that. That's coming later.
One rabbit stew coming right up. Look! Jesus Christ! I warned you.
Oh.
We warned them. You
Yes.
have all been warned. Do not
Yes.
cross this. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's one of the skydivers, huh? Or no, that's
The UFO interceptors.
the interceptors. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Man, that first episode, and we're going to be going through it, folks. I mean, you get introduced to all the different parts of the network, the shadow network. Although this is a good shadow network because they didn't have a W. SHADO.
You
Oh, that's
know,
nice.
it's just interesting how much work this show requires from the viewer. It doesn't spoon feed you anything. You've got to always be thinking and keeping up what's going on, and I just love it. Yeah, there's some science weirdness because this is the 70s, but they got the big things right. And I
Mm-hmm.
just, yeah, they didn't get the distances and speeds
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
but you gave that stuff a hand wave back in 1970. But I'll tell you what, because I've been rewatching this as well, and there are some deep, dark, and incredibly philosophically
Yeah.
thought-provoking episodes.
Yeah,
Holy
even in the
crap!
first one, the definitely. And I will talk about it when we get to it, but I could see why swappers like this series as well. Intrigues me to no end as well.
Yeah.
We're going to roll people out here because I got a lot of slides. And so let's bring out, well, some of you may know him as an elf, but don't, looks can be deceiving. Still only counts as one, Colin.
Awesome.
I
I'm
guess
only
now
I'm
he's.
only an elf in 95% of my role playing games.
Well, it's always a good choice. They live longer.
I've even
Yeah.
managed to be a space elf in a game of Traveller.
Ooh.
Well, there's a sub race of humans called the Darians, and they are described as basically golden skinned and with pointy ears. They are literally described as space elves.
Yes, that sounds intriguing.
Not Vulcans?
No, I suspect they may well have deliberately decided not to do Vulcans to avoid the Star Trek, but they're literally an offshoot of humanity because most of the races in travel in the universe are
Vulcans
humans.
are kind of like the original space
But
elves. I mean,
oh yeah, but
Spock
it's just
had the predisposition of
yeah.
Elrond in a way.
It's just, but the traveller setting, basically the traveller setting is if you see a human-looking race, chances are they are actually a human. It's just there are reasons why they've been in space longer than the human thinks they have, and the Darians are literally a human race which is adapted to another planet.
Wow.
But I'm being
Gotta
rude and keeping a
adapt,
lady
folks.
waiting, which I shouldn't be doing.
Gotta adapt. So, for the first time on Earworms, we're pleased to bring in anti-derivative Jill, and hopefully she likes my intro video for her.
Somehow I feel comfortable here.
Do you feel comfortable here, Jill?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, that's great. Captain Proton. That's the best. And Chaotica. Fantastic. I really love that. Thank you. Yeah, that's some of the best of Voyager.
Yes. Captain Proton. What was Fairhaven? Were pretty
Oh,
good.
you liked Fairhaven. Oh, I
I
love the
like
holodeck stuff.
Fairhaven too.
But
Yeah.
Fairhaven, they never showed the talking pig. What's the deal with that?
The effects budget didn't allow it. I'm very
Was its
fortunate
name
to have.
Arnold?
I'm so lucky to have a double dose of Jill today. This is very cool.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you again. Nice to meet you again today. And yeah, thank you so much for inviting me today because I really love UFO. And this is actually my first Gerry Anderson. And
All
so,
right.
and as I understand it, it's a more grown up
Well,
version of it.
more grown up. Actually, between Space 1999 and this, I found Space 1999 to be a little more serious to me. Even though, yeah, it is. Yeah, the space was, 1975 space, but UFO, somehow it was entertaining. I enjoyed it, but it felt more entertaining. It felt more fun than Space 1999.
1999 is less campy, but not less campy, but not more serious. There is an element of sort of action, adventure in UFO, but it doesn't make it any less serious or grown up.
Yeah, and
No, I'm
UFO.
not. I didn't say it was immature or anything. I was just saying it was a little bit more fun.
To Jill's point, UFO was actually the first Gerry Anderson show that was all live action. Up till then, everything he'd done have been puppets, or one in between one, which was live action and a puppet. One of the main characters was puppets. I think UFO was the first one. Well, yeah. Gavin, this is true, Gavin.
And they UFO had all the cool cars, which they didn't really give you a
Mm.
chance to see because Space 1999 is all on the moon, and
Mm.
traffic there is very light. You hardly ever.
Well, Gavin Blackburn had a good point. It depends on which season of Space 1999 you're talking about.
There's only one, so I don't know
Oh,
what he's
okay.
talking about.
Well, I
Good
think you
story, and
guys
I'm
are on
sticking to it.
similar wavelengths.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead, Colin, and then we'll get
I was
over.
going to say, interestingly, both UFO and Space 1999 have been redone by
Mhm.
old company Big Finish. And in both cases, what they've done is they, unlike most of their output, what they've done is they've basically started, they have alternate universe versions, shall we say, similar stories, similar ideas, but they're not continuing on from the TV shows, which most of their other output normally is. But I actually quite like the first few bits of both their UFO and their Space 1999s.
I wonder
If it's
what
not a continuation,
anti-derivative Jill thinks about that. I was about to introduce
yeah.
you, Jill. Go ahead.
Oh, if it's not a continuation, does it still have the same characters? I haven't heard these
No,
extra
but
stories.
if you're not aware of Big Finish, what most of Big Finish's big selling point is that most of their stuff is about 80% of it is Doctor Who, but most of it is spin-off from and is effectively can be taken as in the same universe as the originals, and wherever possible that have the original cast. Sadly, there's very few remaining casts from Space 1999 or UFO. So what they've done in both cases, they've literally just taken the ideas and taken the basic ideas and run with them from the start.
Would that make them
Interesting.
derivatives?
Yeah.
That's why I was predicting Jill might come in, and she did. But it was
As long
for
as the moon
information.
base ladies are still wearing purple wigs, I might listen in.
All right.
I would
Well,
describe the colour of the wigs, actually.
no, I thought that was a nice touch. In fact, we're
Yeah.
going to see this in the credits coming up. I wanted to ask
Yeah.
you guys about Century 21 fashions from Sylvia Anderson and see if that was a thing or not. But first, I should announce to our audience there's two things we got to discuss first. Here we go. I got a new format with us laid across the top there. So it looks like in this, I'd be comfortable even doing 6 one of these weeks. And so the way
Swappers is in the chat if you want to bring him on.
That's usually up to Swappers. He has the link.
Swappers.
And Swappers, you can come on if you want. That's always up to him because he's a man of mystery. But in any case, with the thumbnails now, what I'm going to do is put on symbols of who might be on any given week, and I'll include myself and Liza only if, there's space for it. But, I don't know that Jill is going to be permanently Janeway. We'll talk about that, which she wants as her symbol. The teddy bear is obvious. Sorry about the lack of fade in tonight. That was oversight on my part. And I think Colin's going to be Legolas for now, unless he chooses otherwise. I'm sure.
I would intrigue that apart from the hair colour, that looks not unlike the AIs I've done for my characters occasionally. So
That's what I was thinking because I didn't even notice her as Janeway. She looks a lot better.
yeah.
It's like
What?
Mapapa, make purple
This
hair
one
great
does.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said purple hair, but Legolas there, I didn't ask for saggy orange ears, but I got them. But I thought that would be better than Kevin Costner. You don't want to be Robin Hood now, do you?
Not that Robin Hood. There were plenty of other Robin Hoods besides
Errol
Kevin
Flynn,
Costner.
huh?
Besides Kevin Costner and Errol Flynn. There have actually been English Robin Hoods.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did
If I
Swappers
may
just
carry on.
mention? I saw Swappers chat there. Did he mention? He said he's working on
Chapter
and then it went away.
11.
He's
Yes.
working on chapter 11. Yes, Swappers.
Yes.
Please let me know as soon as you get that. We will do chapter 11 of Praxium of the Pathfinders. Folks, if you haven't checked it out yet, please follow the link in the description. The The page is at Star Wars Retold on YouTube, and Praxium of the Pathfinders is an audio drama series where you listen and take the journey. And it begins where basically replacing the Last Jedi. So the Force Awakens, yeah, the Force Awakened, and it's still there. But from there on out, it's all Swapper's story. So please check that out.
Sadly, I never watched even The Force Awakens, so
But I don't know. It may not be needed, but definitely it's worth checking out. He does a great job, especially like when the last time that we checked in on chapter 10, we covered some things about the Force and basically what it can do, what it can't do, where it's from, and its basic nature. And it's like it was great to finally kind of really touch base with that in a way that's still linked up to what Obi-Wan said in the original, and also you got a little more information, but it didn't violate canon or
I,
anything. So
I've always wanted to know ever since I caught the prequels if George Lucas is familiar with an author called Jack. Oh, you had to stop on that bit. Sorry,
what?
Yeah.
eyes.
Ooh,
So, no,
yeah.
eyes. I even like that. Eyes on
Sorry.
my look away. I've always wondered if George Lucas has heard of an author called Jack Chalker, simply because Jack Chalker in the 70s wrote a series of books called Four Lords of the Diamond,
Mm-hmm.
and there is something very similar to the midichlorians in those novels.
Cool. Yeah, the metachlorians for us. Oh man, here we go. We're never going to get the freaking UFO. Well, yeah, the metachlorians was something that was kind of like for me at first, but then I guess it can kind of work. I guess sometimes we can think of the unseen as having some sort of connection to the seen and the physical, just kind of like the connection of spirit to the brain and so forth. So I kind of
Yeah,
relaxed on that, but I thought it was George Lucas really trying to get away from any kind of spirituality in a way at first, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's something that an interesting theory that I first heard from Ethan Van Sciver. He said that George Lucas lost his faith, and it came out in the prequels. And yeah,
Well,
I could see that.
very
Yeah.
sad.
He
I,
also
I
lo-
thought,
get over
yeah.
that.
he also lost his collaborative team, and he lost his humility, and
His quality control, he lost that. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with that.
and he became a martinet that people were terrified to say no to because he would fire you on the spot if you even slightly irritated him. And so
Wow.
there was nobody around with the courage to say, "Hey George, that's a shit idea."
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Supreme Headquarters, Alien Defense Organization, Shadow.
All right, so there we go. Thanks. Good vision there, since it's at an angle. We are doing the theme here, and the first part of the theme under silence was that eye scene. I don't know if someone shoved it in later, but it was silent, and then the
No,
music
it's
begins
it's
here.
in everyone, but
Yeah. So Lawrence, what was your impression of the theme song?
It was cool. It was cool. Once again, I thought Space 1999's theme and visuals were fast edits. This was even faster. A lot of subliminals and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it especially after you see the episode, it does make a lot of sense because a lot of it is from the episode. And basically, this episode introduces you to Shadow and the whole network, as well as the whole premise of the UFOs, and kind of by the end, what they do and maybe why. Well, maybe not why, but at least what they do. So
Give you
it,
a hint.
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Typewriters still important. Shadow. Oh, typo. No.
I've typed on one of those things.
Just such a
And
funky theme. I love it so much.
yeah,
they
I
ain't here to throw tea parties. I'll tell you that.
last week I got a claim right after the episode for the 16 seconds of the Space 1999 theme that I played. So I had to drop the theme this week, but we will have some musical excerpts that are short.
Is anybody good at singing it? Can somebody sing the theme? It's so
I
good. Somebody should.
Oh, shoot. Well, there's a motif.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a
Only
motif
words to it.
throughout. Da-da-na-na. Yeah, that's like throughout. Yeah. But as soon as you asked that, the first thing that came into my head was Hawaii 5-0 for some reason.
Also,
Yeah, you say that.
also a Kraken theme song that lasted
Yeah.
generations long past the show.
All right. Arlington Straker. Yeah, it's a film studios and car park.
This is cover.
Yep.
Yes. 1980. Now, these flash in the theme, and then when the episode begins, they flash 1980 now and then. It's like, are they trying to do subliminal here? It's funny.
Well, the first scene
19
happened in 1970, so
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
know.
it's 1970, set in the far-flung future of 1980.
They had like positive hopes for where
I, I,
technology
I,
would be.
I believe I have a strange thing dragging out from the depths of my memory that there is a minimum period of time for which you can flash something on the screen, and if you do it less than that, then it becomes subliminal, which is why you have to in advertising. They did that in to go back just to make Lisa happy. There's an episode of I can't remember which one it is, but it's an episode of Babylon 5 where they have an advert for the Psychor.
Mm-hmm.
And they were right. That when they made that, they were right on the edge of that number because you almost have to pause that particular end and go frame by frame, and it comes up with a one that says "Trust the cycle." The cycle is your friend, or something.
Oh, wow.
yeah, you can't
So,
do anything slower than 1/25th of a second in England and 1/30th of a second in the US. That's the refresh rate and the frame rate of NTSC and ATSC broadcasting.
Yeah, so this was longer than that, so it wasn't really subliminal, but maybe they were trying to hint at subliminality um, without being subliminal. Just for the viewer to say, "Oh, did I see 1980 real quick?" Well, anyway, nice car.
Cool cars all throughout the show.
yeah,
Yeah.
And for those of you watching, please hit that like button. Inga would like it. That's Inga, our cat, by the way.
Yeah, she's sitting on my desk right now. I might pull out cat cam.
That would be awesome.
Ooh.
yes. I'm not sure if they all had gull wing doors, but certainly some of them did.
Yeah, Inga should be on Ed's car. Should be on the Straker.
Yeah,
Well, you'd be lucky if AI recognizes what that is.
Yeah.
Well,
But
cats would do that. The engine is nice and warm.
but
Yeah,
Inga likes her blue Datsun.
she does.
Now, so moving on. We're still in the theme. So there's Straker there. And in this theme, of course, if someone's watching it for the first time, they're getting flashes of this, kind of like indicating what's happening. There was lots of scenes of just, women there walking in and out of doors and just general milling around.
how'd you go to the toilet in those one pieces? I always wondered.
Now, we are going to see a credit listed later with Sylvia Anderson in 21st century fashions. So I was going to ask you guys, we might as well mention it now. Was that a thing?
Oh, swappers.
Swappers. You got our
Yes.
attention. What is it? I still dream of a shared universe between UFO, Space 1999, Captain Scarlet. Well, then you'd have anima puppets
Yeah.
and real people. That might be tough.
Lawrence, I was reading the chat. What was the question you asked about? What was the theme?
Oh, I guess we'll wait till it comes up. I'm just going to keep going through the theme flashes here, and people can mention it if they want. I guess that's not terribly entertaining there. Let's see. I take pictures of everything. Yeah, there were butts.
Mm.
Just to keep it balanced, there are man butts coming up as well, not just woman butts.
Yeah,
But
they didn't shy with the they didn't shy with the eye candy. Let's put it that throughout
oh
the show. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely
It was the 70s, baby.
the toys, shall we say, was a big part of it. Yeah,
Sexiness was very important. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. There was one standout nurse that wasn't quite up to par, but that's about it. And then
She did her job.
Yeah, that was on purpose. It's like he couldn't see anyway, so
let's see. Yeah, more reel to reel.
Definitely.
And more shots. I mean, yeah, it's like an early Simon Le Bon. And there we go. That's Captain Freeman.
Alec Newman. Alec Freeman.
Yeah,
Colonel.
Freeman.
So Alec Newman's the actor.
Oh,
Alec
yeah,
Freeman's
he's
the character.
Colonel.
Alec Freeman is great, and what's terrible about it is that eventually he gets kicked out of the show because of studio changes and them thinking he's not sexy enough, which is unfortunate because I love him very much. And
The only one that could have
he's
done
basically the heart to Straker's brain.
Yeah,
that. The
he
only
was.
one
He,
that could do that better would have been Roger Moore, which probably would
yeah.
have been too
I mean,
expensive.
brain's
Go
gone
ahead.
dead on the actor's name, but he was also in. I think he just come off of a cop show called. I think it was it was in Special Branch,
I think it's George
which was
Sewell.
about George Seal, yeah, which was about Special Branch, which is one of our the Met Police's specialised. They're the sort of guys that specialise in terrorism to a degree, but also things like espionage, and they're the guys that do the arresting for MI5 and this sort of thing. But not only that, but I think he just come off a Special Branch.
Mm-hmm. And there's the poor guy that sent the wrong signal or sent it on the wrong wavelength or something. Poor guy.
he sent the refueling schedule on an or a lesser secured channel.
So the AT&T operator told our operator, spies like us.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I get it now. I just wasn't quite on that wavelength at the moment.
Well, okay, there we go. We're going to speed up here. This is a way to make some time. Oh, and the more typewriter. Sid. And I mean, this is all quick. Fortunately, the typewriter types slow enough that maybe someone could catch it. But Space Intruder Detector. Yes, that's the satellite, which hopefully comes up in the next frame. No, it's 1980 again. Come on, Sid. There we go. There's Sid.
That's the UFO detector in orbit around Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a
slight
bug.
theme between that and the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is cool. I mean, especially if you were young at the time, and well, I was no, I was -4 at the time of broadcast. But if you if you're young at the time, it's like something that's like just this whole series just cries out toys. So I assume there was
Oh
a
yeah.
toy line.
Yeah, but not enough, man. And they were hard to find even when they came out. It was a company called Dinky. They made little die-cast metal.
Yep.
And they were very cool and always in demand.
You can, I think, you can actually get the UFO spaceships magnetized, so they're actually floating above the plinth and spinning.
Wow. Yeah.
And I mean, that's happening now rather than back then.
They do that. They spin. But anyway, this is the inside of Sid, which you do see later in the episode. And I assume that is also inside Sid. So this reminds me of a Doctor Who episode Tom Baker episode where there was like this walking computer. If I remember, it was like some businessman that was kind of running it, kind of like this shriveled up businessman like this. I forget what the name of the episode was, but chat might chat might know. All right, what else? And then it introduces on patrol, skydiver, and when I was watching the episode, yeah, that's the thing. This is the sub, but skydivers are those. It is like the ships that come out of the sub, right?
Yeah, the front third of it is a
Yeah.
detachable spaceship, a la Thunderbirds. It
Yeah.
basically, there's only 3 regular sets for the movies, and the theme introduces, the moon base, shadow headquarters, and skydivers, which is X-ray something, Delta X-ray, I think is the
Seagull.
yeah.
Sky One,
Thanks.
Skydiver, Sky One, Sky. I think Sky Two, Sky. I think we see up to 3 skydivers at some point in there.
Yeah, in the first episode, just one, but yeah, that's different. A sub that launches at least aerial craft. In this episode, it didn't go into space, but it looked similar to the ones they had in space.
Yeah, whose crew inexplicably wears, very coarse netting mesh shirts for some odd reason.
All the people
They're
in the sub,
see-through.
Lots of nipple action for the men. Yes.
Yeah, the sub people do wear fishnets.
It's for the humidity, I imagine.
It's very aquatic.
Yeah.
And as is the case with any aircraft carrier, the captain is the one who flies the most dangerous who flies the dangerous pilot missions.
I really like Peter Carlin. He's really great. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it is interesting that he is the interceptor.
But
But the captain wants to do it.
both the sub and Moonbase, I think they have tubes. They like tubes. It's a way to really.
Actually, it makes sense to me that he wants to, because this has to do with his sister, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's something. Well, I'll address it when it comes up. But anyway, yeah, tubes I think are safer than firehouse poles. You should consider them. All right, and then you get to see here pretty early on, the sub, how it works, and just these are still flashes from the theme, folks. So we're about 30 seconds into the thing. I'm going to speed up a bit, but I captured that because, I mean, that's a big part of this show, is just showing whether it's devices or it's craft. It's showing stuff that I bet that's what they were kind of going for, is like, we want to interest people with, the toys and show off what we could do to make this stuff, very realistic for the time,
Yeah. See, why don't we have rockets shooting out from under the ocean off of submarines today?
Yeah, I suspect it was more of a special effects showcase than toys, because they had toys, but it was a pretty minimal exposure at the time. Like, there weren't many. It was hard to find. They definitely weren't mass marketed. I think this was more a teaser to, the cool stuff you're going to see when you watch the show.
Yeah, and it's just you're right. It's just saying. I mean, at the time, I don't think merchandising was a massive great thing per se over here.
Yeah, no, George Lucas invented that, making the movie to sell the toys. So.
Well, Jill, I will say this: don't give them any ideas, because they wouldn't use these to defend the Earth from aggressive aliens. They'd use it to bomb more people on the Earth.
Fair enough. But first contact could happen any day.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and I can tell you right from that picture that lady in that shot is not also assigned to Moonbase.
Yeah.
I can tell you because of her hairstyle.
I believe over at Mr. Brown's we have a term for what's happening. We call it bogged.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
He's wearing a bra, so you do not get to see her nipples.
It's 8:00 and we're 30 seconds into the theme.
Yeah. So anyway, there we go. There's the pilot. Now, Is that Peter?
Yeah.
This is
Was the
Peter.
pilot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love him. They get rid of him eventually, and I
Oh
miss him
no.
when he's gone.
There was a lot of cast changes. If I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
what
they get rid of everybody pretty much.
But
I
here's
think if I
this.
remember what I think was a break in car in they had quite a break for some reason. Was when a lot of the cast actually went on to other things, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, they formed Duran Duran. There's Skydiver. There we go. So let's keep going. Let's get out of this bog. And then mobiles, all
yeah.
operational. Yes. So it's introducing, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get to really see this in the first episode, but that is cool.
Yeah, you
Oh,
will.
those.
It won't take long.
Yeah.
4, 5,
I'm one of
I
those.
I guess the fourth main set or location would be the English countryside because quite a bit
Um,
happens there.
Yes.
that will be Black Park in Slough.
And you probably notice once the show starts, but there's an awful lot of diversity in here that's natural and organic and
Mm.
doesn't feel forced at all. There are different races, different nationalities, ethnicities. I don't know why
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't talk. And this is 1970, so don't let
Yep.
them tell you, "Oh, we're so racist now." It's 2020. No, this was never a problem until they decided to make it a problem.
Yeah.
Mhm. Keep
We're all
people
working together,
fighting.
just like in Star Trek, and it's great.
Yes. And
Yeah, there we go.
and very little sexism. One of the main colonels, commanders of all of this is a woman who happens to be played by Benedict Cumberbatch's mother. But
Yep.
Yeah.
True
Yeah.
I
story.
digress.
Yeah,
Yeah, Colonel
Moonbase.
Lake is his mother. Vintham or
Wanda Ventham.
Wanda Vintham. Yeah.
Yeah, Moonbase. Oh, well, Wanda Ventham, wasn't she the one that had the electronics? She was on the plane, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
But she's a regular or recurring.
Yeah, she's the lead designer, but we'll get there.
Well, and let's move on. We shall soldier on. There's more mobiles.
Liam, you and me both, Boone. A lot of us did.
Great,
What?
great mobiles. Great for the Earth and great for the moon.
Yeah. And now here's the Moonbase. And what do we see first of all?
My hero, Lieutenant Gay Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
Gabriella Drake, and she is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. She's intelligent. She's a scientist,
Yep.
and she doesn't
No,
mind the
if you pay
uniform.
attention, to the dialogue and stuff, that's actually, quite good.
She's the boss.
Yeah. And of course, the signature purple hair, which is a thing on the moon base, apparently. I think it helps for some
But
reason.
she is only lieutenant.
Just because we're fending off the alien invasion doesn't mean we can't do it in style.
Yep.
More purple hair on the moon base.
And I had that.
I did a search for Mrs. Slocum purple hair, and it was there. Because she did every color of hair. Now, Molly Sogden, who played Mrs. Slocum, she did a space, like a little sci-fi thing
Yeah.
that I don't think was very popular, but it was like aired in Australia. Did you have it in the
Mrs.
UK?
Someone in space or something. Yes, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Let's
It
chase
didn't
that up.
quite catch on. I think once she did Mrs. Slocum, it was like from there on out, you are Mrs. Slocum, and there's nothing else you can. All right.
Like until you popped up mildly saying that, I had the character name of the character that you were showing me beforehand inside my head. It was Dolores something, I think. But I had it running inside my head earlier on, and yeah, that lady.
Mm-hmm.
Either the character or the actress, because she's actually you see she's down on Earth. She's in there's at least one episode where she's on Skydiver on Skydiver.
Well, that would be a real shift.
Well, they do shift them. That's one thing they do is that the moon-based personnel. You do if you see the shift between to moon base. They're not stuck on moon base. They do come down.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Come on.
Yeah, and then more panels that are very nice. I like the panels. Some of them look like Eurorack, in fact. And I think some Eurorack synthesizers actually do employ some of this look. Like, this is nice. All right, and then we get more faces. I'm sorry, folks. You know, when the theme came, I was just like snapping all these shots. But it's beautiful. I mean, how can you not? And then on Moonbase, we will see that's one of the consoles. And they do use phones. And then they do have...
phones.
Yeah, cool phones. And what is that? Oh, yeah, more tubes. On Moonbase, they do have tubes. They jump into them. And they do have... They do have some mesh, too. A little bit of mesh. But, yeah.
It's not see-through.
It's good looking. No.
Mm.
Well, it's a family show. UFOs. And then these guys, the Interceptors. And there we go. I forget the name of the one of the lead Interceptor men, but now they...
Oh, there weren't many of them. They might as well have been wearing red shirts.
Yeah.
They had orange goggles. Any kind of like theme that was used by Star Wars for the X-Wing pilots. The orange goggles. I don't know. I kind of have orange glasses now to protect my eyes from blue light.
Yeah, honestly, I would think the idea, the logic would probably be to help them see against the sky and space, perhaps.
Maybe there's some truth to it.
Mm.
Boom,
This has turned into a putty tat.
Amber and yellow kind of help objects stand out from the background.
Yeah.
And the tubes make a lot of sense because these are rapid response vehicles, and it's often awkward and difficult to get a pilot into their ship or aircraft. So they have it set up so they just slide down, plump into the cockpit, and we're good to go.
Uh-oh. I just noticed something. What do we have there? We have cat cam.
This has turned into a putty tat. I taught a putty tat.
There's Inga. She's checking in on the proceedings.
That's also quite a Gerry Anderson trope if you think about it, because if you go back, in particular, Thunderbirds, several of the ways, really weird, completely and utterly impractical ways of getting into their aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you meant cats were a Gerry Anderson trope, because we're going to see lots of those too.
No, it's a streaming
there's a whole
trope.
episode about
Brown's
a
cat, and now our cat.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a UFO episode about a cat, and it doesn't end well for the cat. You think also Captain
Cat
Scarlet,
from
where the
outer
angels, the angels go in the tubes up into that craft. So there's a bit of a trope of it.
Well, it's better than poles, like I said. It's a little
Well, yeah,
safer.
definitely.
And all right, we're going to begin in the forest here.
Poles only work if they're magic poles, and you get in the top. You get in one floor in your normal clothes, and you slide down, and you magically change into your superhero costume at the bottom.
Magically, or you could probably have some clothes there, like the pants stretched out so that you're
I'm thinking as in Batman.
Yeah, it's just like Batman 1966. So.
Yeah,
or you could have your clothes painted on, like in Tron Legacy. Okay, that's enough of that. Yes. So here we are in the forest. This is where we begin. And there's a UFO hiding in the forest. And there we have, a lady and... is that a lady to the right or a man to the right? I don't know.
It's a lady.
Okay, two ladies and one man.
Yeah.
The way it should be.
Not only that, I vaguely recognise the actress on the right. Very vaguely.
You don't realize that that's Peter's sister until much later in the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You you kind of work it together. In fact, the mistake I made here is in the forest scene. I don't point Peter out. This is the only slide where we see Peter here on the left, but that's the hero of the skydiver pilot, and his sister. We'll find out later, and they basically are kind of like weirded out in the forest, and they're hiding behind something. And I think that's the third lady. The third wheel gets shot right there, and then Peter and his sister begin running. Of course, during this scene, we only hear this, and I have a video, so let me load that up. Because this was, I mean, the theme I think would probably get us, would at least get this stream flagged. So what I did was just the incidental music, but it's good music. So here we go. In video mode. Yeah, and I didn't want to play too much because that might also get us flagged. So there we go. Oh man, I like the use of a drum kit there. Probably Barry Gray just said, jam on it.
Yeah, at the end of the show, you realize that the entire intellectual IP of the X-Files was based on the first 3 minutes of this TV show.
Good point, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
I've done it that way before, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought it was good because you have the snare drums and the machine gun fire, and it just kind of worked together. Really fast paced, get you moving and get you wondering what's going on, whatever, and then hiding in ferns. What basically happens is Peter hides in the ferns.
You get that really frantic crash ride sound too, going on.
And then unfortunately, his sister is trying to run away. One of the many kind of butt shots, the skirts were shorter then, folks. And there she is trying to get away, but she ends up screaming at the end. And it's really kind of fast paced edit there and everything.
Yeah,
kind of brings you in.
They're teaching you not to get used to anybody that's on this TV show. Don't get too used to them.
You didn't have long there. Yeah, and then right to a plane. So, people are seeing this for the first time, so they're trying to piece it together. They figure, okay, what happened to them? And so that's sitting there in the back of your mind, and you won't find out till the end. And then we have a landing strip here, and it kind of looks like the one from Flash Gordon. But then again, most landing strips look the same, or runways.
Yeah, any uncontrolled airport strip, pretty much identical.
And it's usually raining, which is joyful. All right, nice flight. And then we have here in his, I guess what you would say, his real attire. Man chained to his briefcase, chained to his work. And it says on there, Straker. So you know who he is. There's a hint. And they basically have this motorcade where some classified briefcase material, all those things that you see, you see briefcases and handcuffs and all that stuff saying, this is something that's going to be protected with his life. And I think that's a Rolls Royce, right?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And there we go. They're on a motorcade.
If it was a different colour, they chose the wrong colour. If they chosen a different colour, they're going to have to shoot the UFO out of the sky.
Not sure
if
I
it was
understand.
pink.
Oh, okay. oh yeah. All right, and then we have
I'd rather have a copy driving it, but
yep. All right, and then basically as the motorcade's going, they're getting shot at, and we're assuming it has something to do with the UFO probably. Although in the first shot you don't quite see the UFO at first, but then eventually you do. But here it. Wait a minute, this isn't right now, is it? Oh yeah. They're not getting shot at yet. No, this is where he releases the safety destruct negative, so he can open it and basically hand the files to the minister. So Straker here is He uses an American accent. Is the actor American?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty natural.
Yeah, Ed Bishop was one of about 3 Americans in the UK who basically had it sewn up when you wanted an American character. There was him, Shane Rimmer.
Rimmer.
Yeah, Ed Bishop is an American.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in the show, the idea is he's hiding as the head of a film studio in the UK.
Not yet.
Well, not yet, but
yeah. Well, it's obviously a joint U.S. Air Force, Royal Air Force project.
Okay. So
it's all of the basic NATO countries coming together, and he's about to ask them for a lot of money.
Okay. So, yeah, that kind of puts it together. And so we get, is it unit? No, I guess not.
No, although unit
was United Nations.
Few
I know.
similarities.
Yep. Yeah. All right. And then kind of like a little bit of blank sky there, but you have a feeling it might be a UFO and it's firing at these vehicles. So the UFO knows what's going on.
They're playing the sound that becomes ubiquitously associated with the UFO, the kind of jangling sound.
Yeah. And they, it's good old 70s. And it's not a car chase, but it's a UFO chase.
It's a car explosion.
Yep. And Straker, I guess, is the only one that survives.
No, the guy next to him survives because he's sort of the foil throughout the show.
He's the Harlington.
Yeah, he's the no, he's the one in control of the committee, the commission, the budget, the purse strings, and they're always it's always fighting.
So you're talking about the minister?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's part of the civilian government, so there's different things.
No, the other military officer.
No, it's the guy in the suit.
The guy in the suit. Is it? Hold on.
Yeah, there was 2 guys there besides Straker, one in a suit who was a minister. I saw that in the credits.
Yeah, that's just the disposable, those are the red shirt military guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, I assumed it was like a member of parliament. That's a minister of Sillywox. I don't know.
They have their own secret. They have their own secret, commission to, to fund and create Shadow. So,
and there we see stuff burning. I guess I don't know if that was documents they needed or photographs they needed.
It was definitive proof that UFOs exist and that they're here. It was just they explain it in the dialogue. It's it's subtle. You have to fill in the pieces, but very well done.
Yeah, eventually later Straker does say, 10 years ago we had evidence. We knew what was going on, but they kept it secret for 10 years. So this would have been 1970, and I mean in the episode, this was 1970, and then we go to 1980 right after this. I assume, at least from what he said earlier. There we go. We get the name of the things, and it's funny how sometimes they say UFO, sometimes they say UFO.
I always say UFO. That's the right way to go. I'm sorry, I was away for a bit. I had a pizza emergency.
Oh, no worries. Sounds like a good idea. But we don't have that option. Yeah. Well, anyway.
I was trying to get a refund. I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
I'm back now.
That sounds like not a good thing if you're asking for a refund.
Well, because they gave me my pizza. They gave me just the wings.
Yeah, his name is...
That has nothing to do with UFO, so... No, I do call it UFO, even though it is UFO, but they say UFO all the time in this.
Yeah, but it never caught on. That's what they wanted it to be, but eventually they start saying UFO sometimes as well. That became the popular pronunciation of it. That guy was Henderson, who is actually a general, not a minister.
Okay.
But he's the foil, but he runs the funding committee for
You-
Shadow and the other organizations around it.
You've got the same IMDb page up I've got.
Yeah.
Well, now you may be wondering, what is this? Could this be Harlington Straker Studios? Okay, I'm getting complete silence here because nobody knows what's going
Might
on.
possibly be.
I mean, no one suspects the Spanish Inquisition. This is where Inga is introducing every now and then a
Oh, no.
slide that is AI gibberish.
I didn't
Yeah.
recognize that from the show at all. I had no idea what that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that's the thing.
is
We
that-
will utilize our animal intelligence, which is better than
Oh.
artificial intelligence, to find any time that I insert a slide that is not right.
Okay, yeah, that didn't look like it was from the show, but
Yes.
it's
Of course,
clever to have a film studio as your cover if you're dealing with a bunch of weird, wacky shit, though.
and
Makes
here's
sense.
the real thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good because people just say, "Oh, they're weird and wacky."
It provides
You know.
some fun fake outs too in some
Yeah,
certain instances.
Yeah.
It's a movie, so it's not an alien. It's a movie about aliens. Duh. Very easy.
Yeah. And there we go. More short skirt action identified. That's the name of the episode. And we get more walking as it goes on. Now, this, I'm wondering if she got a little bit, I don't know. Never mind. I just,
Those sweater dresses are coming back.
Are you taking a slide every 5 seconds? Like, we're not even in
fast
the
edits, man. We are, I mean, here we go. We can be absolutely sure now of who's who. All right. Captain Straker. No, Commander Straker. Straker's a commander, right? Yeah.
He's commander of Shadow, but he was a general in the U.S. Air Force.
Okay. All right. Commander Straker, and then, of course, Colonel Freeman. And then we have here some more folks, Carlin and Peter Carlin. And yeah, I guess we don't need to keep reading all these. I mean, you guys know.
If you want to be here all night, we can.
Okay. Now, these guys, Gerry and Sylvia Anderson, are in charge of format, apparently, with Reg. There we go. And then at the same time, they're also in charge of playing with the telly. And that's done with Tony instead. Just so you know, folks. All right. So anyway, we move on here. And this is what I was going to ask about again, was Century 21 Fashions, Sylvia Anderson. So does that mean they did a clothing line based on this? Or maybe they were hoping to?
No, well, I don't know if it was a graphic design company. I don't ever recall any of the clothes actually making it into the real world. I think that's just what they named their design studio costume prop department.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right. That makes good.
Century 21 tended to be what they called. There was a comic called TV Century 21 as well, which was basically Gerry Anderson stuff. So I think Century 21 was kind of their catch-all name for their
Okay.
possibly for their live action. I'm not sure.
So they do work for other projects too. And then directed by. So Gerry did direct this episode. All right, there we have Straker, and he's just being a cool dude, walking around the office. I mean, they do it with the music, just to kind of give you an idea of what the facilities are like and stuff. And of course, Liza was confused at first with some of the Renaissance people here, but it's a film studio.
Yeah, in the show, the musical cues always come first, and they let you know what you're about to see. It's a show that highly relies on leitmotifs and musical cues for what's happening.
Yeah, we will hear that motif that is used throughout just about every theme except for that drum solo in the episode. And I captured this because the sliding doors, I mean, everything is futuristic, but it looks like, an environment you'd want to spend time in because it's just nicer than everything else in the real world. Do not enter. That's the film studio there.
Yeah, there is a Century 21 New York City, which is a fashion handbag, women's accessories company. Has nothing to do with these guys, but so don't be confused.
I wasn't. I don't need a new handbag. So anyway, Alec comes in, puts his hand on her hand. I guess he was supposed to be like the Roger Moore type character. Although, when did Roger Moore start doing Bond? It might have been after 70, right? Or I don't know. I can look
Yeah,
that
I
up
think
real
so.
quick. But that's what I was thinking when I saw him. When did Roger Moore?
So this guy was
19,
supposed to be the Captain Kirk of the series,
yeah,
because he's always
1973 was Roger Moore.
All right,
yeah.
so that's 3 years later. But that's the style he had because he's chatting up every woman he sees,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, like the Captain Kirk almost.
Yeah.
He didn't test well enough with the female demographic, so they brought in Colonel Foster on the second episode.
Yeah.
Well, there he flips open this thing, and I did have an indication here, number 2. So we are going to get some video. I just wanted to play this in because I thought this was neat. Let's see here. I am trying to load a video. I think Jill is returning her. Well, no, she's trying to get her pizza.
Yeah, I got it. I got another one, but I still got to get the refund part. They made me fill
Uh-huh.
out a form.
Oh, good grief.
Really.
That's interesting. If I'm correct, the actress that was playing Peter's sister is Michael Caine's wife,
Hmm.
Shakira Caine.
I do have credits at the end.
Wow.
I do have the credits at the end, so we check that. But he's going down a level because the real facilities are underground.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big. The whole room is an elevator.
Yep.
after they completed the pilot and I guess ran whatever tests, they decided they needed a little more youthful dynamism. And Sylvia Anderson saw Michael Billington on an episode of The Prisoner and specifically went out and sought to cast him.
Wow.
She
Billington.
personally called him to audition for the role of Foster.
Michael Billington.
Foster, that sexy man.
That's familiar to me, that name.
He played Major Onisova's boyfriend who gets killed by James Bond in the very beginning of The Spy Who Loved Me.
Oh, okay.
Which is later, but
Supreme.
Interesting connection because apparently that's a similar reason for why Daniel Craig got cast as James Bond. Because apparently Barbara Broccoli fancied him.
And they say the casting couch is only for women.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they wanted.
What did Michael Billington have to do?
I think.
Do you remember a series in the UK called Waiting for God?
Yeah.
Colin, and there was an actor on that who played a part called Basil Makepeace. Shall we say?
Very, very, very vaguely.
I forget the name of that actor, but I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing people with people, but I thought it was something like that. Anyway, never mind. So here we go, waiting for an elevator, and basically the office is the elevator, and he comes down, and there she is waiting for him, and it's just smooth talking, business as usual, kind of like what you would expect. And so, yeah, it was definitely, there was a lot of interest in spy kind of stuff, and they're mixing it with science fiction, which I think was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, the voice identification that gets the elevator going is fun. well before Siri.
That's right.
Hell,
There
before
it
Steve
is.
Jobs.
Hmm.
And they even have little carts. I remember something like this in Top Gear.
Yeah, but this thing goes so slow. How is this? Unless maybe this is a wheelchair and his legs are working.
That's before Clive Sinclair.
I always assume that they have to go slow through the pedestrian area, but once they get out to where they're going, they hit it.
Yeah, then they can speed up.
Mm.
I would prefer to ride a Kawasaki like Lanier and
Yeah.
Garibaldi in
Oh,
Babylon
yeah.
5. All right, and then they're just chatting back and forth, and I think she said something like, "Yeah, I've passed all the exams," kind of insinuating something, and he's like, "I'm sure you did." It's like, jeez. Oh man, there we go, and just some more tight gear, and the offices, and especially like some of the control centers later are really nice. Now, is that supposed to be a moon map in the back, or is that like some sort of art?
Yeah, I always looked at it as decorative. It doesn't really look
Mm-hmm.
enough like the moon.
Yeah. Well, we see that later in a conference room type of situation, but it's part of his office. So anyway, Alec comes in and he's like, "I need your help," and basically, you're in charge of security now because I don't know, somehow this place is infiltrated or something, but none of the electronics they were hiding were there, but they know the UFOs are coming for them. At least that's what I understood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the aliens destroyed the building, but the equipment that they were trying to destroy is still safe.
yeah. I mean, there's a huge implication in the beginning, in the limo scene, that the
Mm-hmm.
aliens know what they're up to and are trying to prevent them from even forming
Yeah.
Shadow in the first place. So
There's,
Mm-hmm.
they,
there's a massive interest of a case of, sorry, how do they know everything that they know?
Yeah,
They say how they know to come with all these distances, and yet they know exactly when a flight's going to be taken off, exactly when, as you said, when a car's going to go down the road and the rest of it. It's
they must have someone on the inside.
They did a lot of reconnaissance work that we didn't get to see because they weren't revealing themselves yet. Maybe.
Mm.
yeah. I mean, if
yeah,
that actually, if the show had continued, maybe it would have been an area they might have explored. But of course, I
yeah.
say, I mean, it got paused about halfway through, I think, and then it only ever went for
But
one season anyway.
They
So
were
but
tipped
it
off by the reptilians.
it's within the
yeah.
theme of the show to keep that vague, and you have to figure
Oh
out,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
like I said, they're not going to spoon feed the audience anything here. So you sort of have to look at the subtext and the connotations of the events that are happening, and they target, in later episode, they target specific members of Shadow. They target all
Yeah.
kind of vulnerable infrastructure points. So they definitely have an intelligence infrastructure, but we never really get to see all of that spelled out.
Yeah,
What
so
we need is to see this show from their perspective.
Huh, that would be really cool, actually.
well, in any case, he's in charge of security now. Alec is, and he has to personally see to it. So
Yeah.
that means he gets to spend time on. I guess this was called STSX or something like that.
Supersonic transport. And we would have controlled all the Earth if it wasn't for those darn shadow teenagers.
Yeah, and it's not the
Seagull
Concorde,
X-ray.
folks. It's not the Concorde, folks. Although
No,
It's
it's
may or may
Concord
be a
exactly
Ski.
the
influence.
it's exactly the Concorde. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's faster, but
yeah. It
It's
makes
not
a
Concord Ski because it actually flies.
it looks suspiciously like it would be crewed by puppets, but other than that, it definitely looks like
Yeah,
the
it
Concorde.
doesn't
well.
it just?
It makes a boom, 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 boom.
It's
We
got to
really.
protect. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You first.
No, it's no. Never mind. Go ahead.
She just heard a
Okay.
Babylon
Well,
5 quote
I
and
I
said,
was
"Yeah,
I was just gonna say they're protecting the UFO tracking equipment. This
yep."
this uh this plane.
So we're taking off, and Alec is in charge there. Well, they're also
And
protecting Wanda
his
Vertham.
co-pilot is Shane Rimmer, who is one of the other. I said the other, who is also in Thunderbird, voiced Thunderbirds. One of the other very few gentlemen on the left. One of the very few, the other American actors in the UK at the time.
Well, Rimmer should have an H on his forehead.
Oh yes, he should do, shouldn't he? Really?
Yeah. Oh wow! And now more. I mean, I hope that he gets to be throughout because Straker here, the actor, did a great job of him. Because you can definitely see him as somebody that's an undercover guy, and as well a film studio exec. There we
Yeah.
go. Arlington Street.
Whenever you see a American military officer in a British production, it's going to be Shane Rimmer. He was even the sub commander in The Spy Who Loved Me as well. So he
Yeah.
pops up in so many. Like even if you don't know the name, you'll instantly recognize the face, as you can
Then
see him there in the cockpit.
it's a moon over the studio, and then it fades into the moon in space, and that's when we get introduced to
Moon
Is this
base.
the moon base? Is this
Outdoor
the moon
toilets.
base?
No, that looks
Is-
like something
Oh.
you made.
Yes. Good,
Yeah.
good. Come on, folks. You got to be able to
Wow.
call
Yeah,
out
you got to
these-
pay attention to the flashcards.
Yeah. I
you
think
got to be able to.
yeah.
Otherwise,
I'm not
we'll
sure.
be taken over by AI. If we don't increase our animal intelligence, we'll be taken over by AI. We'll have these sort of porta potties.
So yeah, did you prompt AI to create the first lunar porta potties? That's exactly what I was going to ask.
No, I asked for Moonbase from the TV series UFO, but I did use, this old copy of Stable Diffusion that you can download from GitHub for free.
Oh no is right, Scott.
It
yeah.
is known as like probably the worst iteration of AI yet, and it.
Yeah, you can
But-
download all the versions. You just need a massive amount of memory to run them.
Well, this works on my computer. I mean, but it must be an early. It's called Easy Diffusion. In case anybody wants to employ the magic of that software.
That's a fork with a very accessible GUI front end, but they haven't updated that with the latest versions of Stable Diffusion that you can still download.
Yeah, I know. I prefer the this front end, and it comes up with some magic stuff. Nothing as beautiful as this, though. The moon base with some geodesic domes there.
Would have been our future if we didn't stop going to the moon in the 70s.
Yep.
Well, they sell geodesic tiny homes on Amazon, so at least we got that.
Yes.
I've been looking at one.
Yeah, we
I
got
want to build something in that.
So you're going to move in there with Sheridan, huh?
Yes.
we got sidetracked for 30 years building up a nuclear arsenal, and we forgot about space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as many other things to destroy other humans. But one of these days, we got to get out in space. The Earth isn't going to be here forever. And we better get some technology going, especially with the threat of asteroids and meteors. Well, not so much asteroids, but yeah, meteors. Now look at her. Is this Gail or the other one?
This is gay.
Gay. Yeah, Gay.
Yeah.
Do they ever explain why the women on Moonbase have purple hair as part of their uniform?
No, it's just, you just
Mm.
got to dig it. The show doesn't explain much. You have to either follow along or come up with your own ideas. But, it looks very cool. So,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
it's cool. We're
love
in
purple hair.
space.
Yes, cool.
I mean, and the way they did the makeup and everything, it's almost like this shot right here, it makes me think, were they thinking about puppets here or something?
well, You'll notice on both the men and the women, man, they lay on the makeup pretty darn thick.
Yeah.
Remember, this was made for, 480i or 320i.
Hmm.
They weren't thinking HD when they originally made the show. So
Yeah.
it's not, now that it's available on Blu-ray, you noticed even the men, man, they have that stuff caked on like with a spatula.
Yeah.
They look like Madonna trying to pretend she's still 25.
Swappers dyed his hair. He's purple now.
Ah,
Yeah. Did Movie Cynic ever go back to blue?
not yet. I think he's like, you know, now that I don't think he wants to, but he takes a lot of shit for it. But, honestly, he's got a career now. He's established. He's getting married. They want to have kids. I don't think blue hair is really in the man's future anymore. That was more of
Yeah.
a, you know, but
Well,
they're never going to let him forget it.
if he plays it right, it may provide some perks. Okay, so anyway, here we are seeing all the facilities here. The doors slide open, which is very nice, and then
Yeah.
there we go. What's going on here? Now this is actually I did this for the technology, no other reason, because
Ay, ay, ay.
that glass behind her that you see there, where the gentleman is walking in, is actually
Yeah.
a mirror on the other side. It's a one-way mirror, so somebody could be changing in there, and he doesn't see her changing, but she can see that he's out there. Why
But that
he's out there, I don't know. But
that's not how it presents when you first see the scene, though. So it looks like, wow, man, they don't care. They're undressing in front of each other.
Yeah,
no,
they make it look very casual, like, oh, you're
Yeah.
dressing, it's fine. Come check on the computer systems with me in a little bit.
Well,
yeah, there,
they're limited in space and they don't really have the luxury of a separate locker room. So this is, how they create the co-ed spaces.
yeah. I guess it works.
Yeah, never is he drooling all over himself. And he's very, very professional
Well,
gentleman.
well, when we hear him talk later, I think we know why. When we hear his voice, I don't have a
Yeah.
clip of that, but when you hear his voice, you're like, oh, okay, I see why.
Yeah. If you take all the moon base, you're basically looking at 30 people sharing a medium-sized house. You're going to get to know each other all really well pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Now, and then this is a different person. This is gay, right? Changing here.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's getting
Yeah.
into her miniskirt.
Well, hold
Yeah.
on. I missed. I remember I did a clip here because the music was also kind of good. Hold on. Where is it? Don't I see a number there? No, I don't see a number. But I do have a clip here at this moment. So let me play it. At least my memory worked. It didn't work when I was putting the numbers in, but it works now. Let's see here. Getting dressed is the clip. So, because here's the music, and you're going to hear that motif that goes throughout the episode.
I quite like the interesting idea that the clothes are interchangeable. That she literally unzips and takes off the she comes off duty, so she literally unzips and takes off her trouser legs
Yeah.
and wraps the skirt. I can
Now,
appreciate that. As one who regularly wears split hose, I can understand that.
the motif is the same, but that swing tempo, they only do that when they're being cheeky. Normally it's a straight up 4/4 tempo with the
Yeah.
da 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 da
Yeah.
da da.
But the da da
Oh,
da
yeah.
da is there everywhere.
Yeah, so
You know.
they change the rhythm depending on the tone of the scene, and if they're doing the which is we call a swing. I don't know what the PhD in musicology terminology of it is, but
It's the
Well, yeah,
same.
there's a
okay.
swing, and then you would call this more of a sleaze. I think it's the musical line.
Yeah, they get a little bit of they get a little note bendy on the it's definitely cheeky, which is
Mhm.
I think the proper British word for it. But it's amazing how many different tones and moods they can convey just by arranging that single motif. They really know their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing the
What it-
context of it. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Barry Gray is noted as a great composer.
Yeah, what did Z? Was that Z you just had up there?
Yes, it's the real Z3PO.
The
He says,
real?
"I'm wearing that outfit right now."
I
Cool
would not
beans.
be surprised.
Oh, there we go. Okay, it took
The
me a
real
second.
Z3PO. Last week we had not Z3PO.
Z3PO. Yeah.
So the
Hmm.
only thing that not Z3PO cannot be is Z3PO. If you take
Yeah,
a person
the
at their
the
word.
possibilities are mind-boggling. But look at the chat. Somebody else coming up the same way.
What do you mean?
Of course, he's
Martin
not a Z3.
Holm
Because he's
Mayfield.
English, he's not Z3PO, he's Z3PO.
Oh yeah, that's true. Very good.
Well,
Not
he's trying to
Istafogo,
make it
somebody
rhyme
else.
with C, you know? He's trying to make it rhyme with C.
Yeah, it's got to rhyme with 3, so Z3PO doesn't quite
Now,
roll off
if
the
he
tongue.
wanted to do a play on words with Ted Danson, he would be Zed Danson. Well, I don't know. But anyway,
Or,
there we go. More
I think
legs.
maybe Zed Nugent.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now, look at this. That's where we get some dialogue for the first time. They just chat a little bit. But, yeah. I don't even remember what they did. I don't remember what they said.
No, it's just everyday stuff, It's like how
Yeah.
she's design.
Oh,
It's like they're not all in spacesuits, and it's
Oh,
showing.
they're talking about the red alert or something. There's an alert right now. It's like, so do you think this is another false alarm or whatever?
Oh yeah,
And she's like,
yeah, I
hope
also,
not.
yeah, exactly. They wonder if it's a false alarm. But also, one thing I like about this scene is if you cut back, you don't have to, but there's meal
I will.
dispensers for
yeah.
different nationalities. I think maybe you didn't get that one, but that's okay.
How
That
far?
means you
Oh,
were,
maybe I didn't.
Yeah,
it was
it
ahead.
comes
It's
up
fine.
again, but yeah, they have a Chinese, Mexico, English meal, American meal. I think there's about 10 different ones over there, and on each section they have all the different trays for various things. So
Well, I may be
you're
American,
too
but
far
I'd be
back.
eating out of the Indian chute.
Well, look, I'm not sure they have a specific set. I mean, or it may just be that, okay, these are all the different types of cuisine that we offer.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
they're
sure
all.
they allowed you to eat outside your
Yeah, no,
breed.
they're all there. They're
Mm.
it's obviously choice. I'm
Of
gonna
course
look
they did.
for an image
Yeah.
I can send to Lawrence.
I mean, the interesting
Yeah.
thing on it is if you notice that the girls, the women, my apologies, ladies, the women have a lot more difference in choice. I don't think you ever see the men changing their uniform when they come off duty on Moonbase. They wear the same gear. Like not women have a lot more clothes than men.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
and the
pretty.
purple-haired ladies, when they come on Earth, they don't have the purple hair anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah, I was,
reflective of normal stuff. Just look at a guy's closet compared to a woman's closet.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm saying, yeah,
Well, it's not
uh,
it's not set in stone. I have more clothes in my closet than Liza does.
I'm very frugal.
my head canon. My head canon kind of says that the ladies have got the ladies' hair is actually also a detection system for if there's anything goes wrong with the air filter and it changes colour if the air filter changes. But that's just complete. I just
Yeah.
trying to make some excuse up.
Eliza, you might
Never
just be
does
better at
anything.
accessorizing.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
true. Yeah. Can do more with less. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, Liza has such a natural beauty that she doesn't really need to do much. But she still dresses up for her videos. So anyway, here we go. Now we're underwater, and we get to see these guys in action in their little fish tank, and they like sine waves there, and yeah, all the scenery looked good,
Man, these knit blouses, they're
Well,
on the edge for
no,
both.
but they had something covering there. You didn't see anything.
Yeah, it's still PG for sure.
Well, and they're trying to be equal opportunity here. Like they want the men to be attractive too. So let's face it, the men even though I'm not attracted to them, I mean, they're attractive for that time period. That's, so basically everybody in Shadow is attractive. But unfortunately, Alec wasn't attractive enough
Oh,
for
thanks,
Sylvia.
guys.
What happened here?
No, I'm just saying thank you to
Liza
Swap
always
Shop
looks
and
great.
Scott.
Yes, they're gentlemen. All right, and Captain's cabin. Ooh. And so we see
Interesting. So
Captain
there's
here.
more than one captain then. Sorry, my grammar pedant has just been triggered.
Well, that's
It's
I
no
mean, this is the whole
apostrophe.
thing. I guess this is all shadow hierarchy because, commanders, captains, colonels, I mean, they kind of mix them all together.
Yeah, but it was my grammar not pedant. Probably shouldn't say the N word. I got triggered there. Captains was a plural, not a possessive.
Mm. Oh, captain's cabin.
Yeah, there was no.
Oh,
There
okay,
was
I
no
get it now.
apostrophe
Okay.
there.
Yes.
So that
yes.
Yeah,
means that
I kind of suspect that wasn't unintentional.
yeah.
If it was
It's
my
like,
cabin,
does this
Good
stencil
spot.
have
unless
an
the reason it's very
apostrophe?
small.
We don't have the apostrophe. Go without it.
Can't get a Sharpie?
Damn, someone left the apostrophe out of the transfer set, the letter set.
All right. And so anyway, we got to see the underwater stuff, and then here, unfortunately, somebody's in trouble. It's like, but it gives you backstory. It's a great way to get some of that exposition in. It's like, we're hiding here underground. I pretend to be a film executive, so people don't know what's going on, and you go ahead and I forget. You knew earlier, Istophobos, but he sent a signal the wrong way or something, or on the wrong channel. Yeah, he
Yeah.
spoke to the AT&T operator. All right.
Yeah, he used security code B, and that's bad for some reason.
Security code B.
Yeah, they weren't happy about it, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he looked sad and repented his sins. So
I didn't like this scene. It makes the captain or leader guy sound like a nasty corporate executive.
Yeah, but they're trying to emphasize just how critical security. The whole point of this, up until the reveal at the end, is just this actually leads to his speech about the greater good, the greater purpose, and how much security and what they're doing matters to everybody. So this directly ties in to the reveal at the end of the episode.
yeah, because if the
I've
general
I've got a
population knew
feeling that
that
when
their
we see,
organs were being harvested, they
I
just
think
might be pissed off, and we don't need that right now.
I've got a feeling that when we see later on, we find out that this guy here, before he joined Shadow, I think he was a news reporter
Oh,
or a TV presenter of some sort. I've got a feeling that we in some one or two of them we sort of see backstories before they got to join Shadow.
Well, he had a camera in that car scene
Mm.
at the very beginning, so it looked like a home movie camera or something. But well, there we go. That's where you get a hint, and I didn't notice that at first, but that would be the sister who went missing. So part of his pain is that. So part of this look is that. And then we see that she's a picture on the wall there. But that's in this guy's cabin. What's he doing with her picture? Or is that not her? Is that just some random photo of some? I
His
don't know.
No,
girlfriend.
that
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other. I thought it was what's her name from the beginning, Peter's sister.
no,
No,
it's a different person.
but it's in this guy's office, and
well, that's Peter, so it'll explain why it's her.
this is Peter.
Yeah,
I thought this was Peter.
No,
That's Ford. His name is Ford, and he's like the communications officer
that's
at Shadow
Oh
that's
man,
Shadow
headquarters.
Ford. Yeah.
I messed up. Sorry about
Hmm.
that, folks.
Hmm.
Yeah, I messed up.
I'm
Some of
I'm
these
I'm
white
not sure
people
if
from the '70s look a lot alike.
I sometimes find that with my connection, oddly enough, videos behind sound as well. But
Oh, there was a video.
No, I'm saying when sometimes you're talking about something, you seem to be talking about a slide that's not on screen yet. So yeah, I think it's my connection.
Uh-oh. Yeah, streaming's hard.
Okay, so my question here is that Shad Air then, and I'm not sure anybody else will get this, is if this goes to Australia and if it carries medieval
Yeah, that's
reenactors.
a terrible joke.
Oh.
You got it.
No, I didn't. That's how I know
Oh,
it's
you didn't.
terrible.
Oh, that's right.
Shad.
You have to
Oh.
know who Shad Brooks is.
Yeah. Yeah, we remember when he did the, fight critiques and stuff. That was good stuff when he did the fight critiques.
Question mark?
Choreography. Shad, remember you used to watch?
Oh, are we talking about that shed?
Yeah, because this is his plane. Shad. Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, I met him a couple of
That's
years ago. No,
20 seconds of my life I'm never getting back.
Okay, here we go.
yeah.
Welcome to the cockpit of Shad's plane.
Oh gosh.
Alex there. She's checking out the moon. I don't know why, but she is. And hour. That's how they tell time there. Reminds me of those clocks where the numbers kind of like flip down. They're like cards that in a Rolodex
Yeah.
or whatever.
Like from Groundhog Day.
Yes. And there's a plane again. I mean, all these things cut back and forth, but I think it's a good idea because it kind of like shows you how they're all networking at once and doing things at once. They're radioing back and forth. You see who's radioing to who. And it keeps things moving along rather than just being in one place. And Seagull takes off. Jonathan Livingston takes flight. And there, that's either Gay or one of her friends. And she's talking to Sid. But Sid has no humans. Sid just responds, and Sid says, I think at this point, Sid's saying, I'm tracking something. And so they're going to.
That's tracking the UFO tracking equipment.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
tracking
tracking the
equipment.
UFO tracking equipment as well as the UFO, I believe, because Sid does
Yes.
warn them about the UFO coming, and it's heading for the North Atlantic, we eventually find out, which happens to be where I guess that flight's taking place. So the UFO seems to know that, they have important stuff in that flight. And here we go. A lot of Chippendales with fishnet shirts.
What I really like about these scenes is on the moon base, they also have some backup of, hey, this Sid is actually tracking this correctly. They're tracking the speed and the coordinates perfectly. And so
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't, they're just not relying on the AI computer to do it. They're
Oh,
double
yeah.
checking their work.
Yeah, and actually later, I think it's Gail has to confirm something, and she can't because Sid got something wrong.
Yeah. I DM'd you, Lawrence, I DM'd you a photo.
Okay.
Also, I'm wondering, is there any reason a bunch of fireworks are going off in my neighborhood? Is this a holiday of some sort?
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, the neighbors next to us were
They were partying hard.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I think
Are
here early on.
do they happen to be of Latin origin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because across the street, yeah, there's a large Hispanic community place down the street, but it sounds like it's right next door, even though it's like a mile off.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo sounds like my across the street neighbor is hosting Woodstock. So
Yeah, that's
this must
yeah.
be some kind of thing. And I think I got most of the names for you. It's hard to see. But
Yeah,
I've,
I'm gonna have to share it in the browser
Okay.
because that's the only way I can share an image easily. So we should see it right now, and I guess you're showing me the food dispensers, huh?
Yeah. So I'm not the top one on the going from left to right. That's a French meal, American meal, Russian meal, Italian meal, English meal, and Chinese meal.
Very nice.
And then each one obviously has, dozens of little buttons and 6 entree and side slots where the food comes out. There are episodes where they show it in more detail, but this is the only one I knew where to grab it right away. So
We will see a whiskey dispenser later.
Oh yes.
yes,
Yes,
we will.
that's what I'm. Yeah,
Yeah, a
more than
multiple.
whiskey.
Yeah, rum, rye, whiskey, vodka,
Yeah.
ouzo, everything the good drunk can imagine. It's there.
Well, yeah. I mean,
There's no mead.
they
I was
spend a
disappointed.
lot of attention to detail in the sets and everything, props and sets. A lot of attention to detail, and that's what separates something that could even still be done on a budget that's good and something that's not so good. I mean, of course, you need writing and acting and everything else too, but just something that kicks it up a notch is that attention to detail.
Yeah, they also have their own 3D chess. Something I don't know if it's in this episode, but
Yeah,
it's
it is
Hmm.
nothing like the Star Trek one.
No.
Oh, and see, even that says China and Russia and a new border flare up. Like even the
Mm-hmm.
article on the paper, which you probably can't. I don't know if you can read that.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah, I could read them.
Just
Yeah.
yeah,
barely.
yeah. On the Blu-ray, yeah, you can. I think that's part of the Century 21 fashions is doing the whole concept and integrating all those small details.
And the
Yes,
Daily
because we.
Express is an actual newspaper as well.
Hmm.
So they must have had permission to use it, but I don't know. Back in 1970.
But now it's a way to introduce Wanda Bentham. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock's mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact,
So,
she actually appeared in an episode of Sherlock as Sherlock and Mycroft's mum, and Sherlock and Mycroft's dad was played by her husband, i.e., Benedict Cumberbatch's dad.
hmm,
Nothing
look it
but
up.
nepo babies.
Nothing but what?
Yeah.
Nepo babies.
Oh, Nepo. Okay. Well, anyway, here they're chatting back and forth. I mean, he was trying to be suave and everything. I mean, I don't know, but they were using the word equipment with double entendre in a way or something. But she's the one that basically, I guess she's in charge of the company that manufactures these electronics or something.
Well, she's also a full bird colonel, so
Oh, okay. So it's a defense contractor, I guess.
well, she may be the
Um,
designer, but she's part of the military,
Oh, okay.
not the.
Oh,
I'm,
okay.
I'm tempted to wonder if what they do is they get military ranks when they join Shadow.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
so because it,
I'm
it
not sure
doesn't look
because I don't know, but
as clear as in like military. And I
yeah.
guess
Well, not so
shadow
much that
is
I'm
something that mixes military and business or something in a way too, maybe because they kind of
yeah.
have
So I'm,
like a
I'm
more
thinking that
corporate look.
what's the name of that guy? If I'm right, if that guy fought, I think fought. If he was not military before he joined Shadow, and then he becomes a lieutenant because of his rank in the organisation. So we
Mm.
don't know exactly how they did that. How that was supposed to have worked.
But anyway, yeah, I got some face shots here.
Man, how did they get the volume in the hair? I mean, man.
Those hair dryers they had back then, remember those like 60s beehive things? And then
Yeah,
the hair dryers that were that big in
Yeah,
order to
but there
do
has
that.
to be like an insert in her hair somewhere. There has to be. No one, I mean, I don't care how much, I don't know. I don't know much about hair, but
Well, no, if
man.
you like bend over and use a handheld hair dryer and dry your hair that way with your hair hanging down with gravity, it will be a little bit poofier, or not
Yeah,
poofier, but
poofier. I
volumized.
mean, growing up, my mom used to do the 1980s poof ball hair with I mean, I grew up with poofball hair, but this is different.
Well, it depends on the kind of hair. I've known plenty of women that look like that. There wasn't anything, and it was just hairspray and a bunch of
Yeah, I
buoyancy.
think probably
Wow.
she has curly hair, but she straightened it. I know that like when you see volumized straight hair, it's usually because the person has like wavy hair or curly hair, and then they used a
Well,
Yeah,
straightener to straighten it, and it looks
yeah. You'll
wavy.
you'll
I
never see
mean,
that on an Asian, for instance. Like,
that is there's
Are
there's
you
like a
saying you have that
bubble up there.
experience? Yeah.
Either that or she's part of the Anunnaki. But it's like
What?
this cone heads.
No,
It's
she's not a conehead.
I
Oh,
don't know. It's a secret.
yeah.
I don't know. I
Okay.
mean,
Well, we're not going to figure it out.
Alec asks her for dinner, and she says, "Shouldn't you go back to your little seat?"
Oh, maybe she's not impressed with the size of his rear.
Uh,
There's more man butt in the back left there. But yeah, we're back
I
at
don't know. That captain kind of gave me dirty old man vibes. I don't know, but
which captain?
the guy chatting up all the ladies, the guy who was just
Oh,
talking,
Alec.
yeah,
the pilot guy.
yeah.
Well, he
That's only
got
because he's
fired anyway.
old. When he was younger, he was a dirty young man. So you can't hold that against him.
Well,
Yeah,
Not
Wave
like
right.
goodbye.
it's not like dirty old men come out of nowhere. They used to be dirty young men and dirty middle-aged men. It's
Well,
Uh,
at
a
least
natural progression.
when
they
when she shoots him down, he does at least go back to his seat. He doesn't.
right.
Too bad.
But it seemed to me they tried to write this guy like Captain Kirk, and I felt it like I don't know, it didn't work for me. And
Yeah, well, they
it's probably because
rectify
of
that.
yeah. It
They
probably
rectify that in the next episode for that very reason.
oh,
Yeah.
no.
okay.
Well, we're back to Moonbase where everybody's perfect.
Yeah, I think that's
Stable
not from the
diffusion.
show.
Hmm.
Yeah, no.
Are you
I call
sure?
shenanigans.
Isn't this
Yeah,
gay?
definitely.
And what's her name?
No.
No, indeed, that is stable diffusion. Instead, this is the makeup on Moonbase. It's important, you know?
Yeah, I like her little futuristic compact. It looks like a communicator. You think she's going to call somebody, and then she pulls out the little lip thing and starts.
Mhm.
It really does. It looks like a.
Man, when they zoom in on the
Sid.
eye makeup, it's gorgeous actually. It's
Yeah, but
quite
and
Interestingly,
you can see their real skin tone right around the eyelid. That's how you know how much makeup is slathered on the rest of the face.
Yeah.
interestingly that the makeup also matches the hair.
yeah.
Have
Sort
you
of
met
purplish.
women, Archer?
Even when they go purplish hair, they make up. Yeah, I'm saying is obviously they must presumably they must redo that when they get on the moon.
Just
But then
thought
again,
of that.
yes, I've met women, so yes, this is not surprising.
I guess you were thinking eyebrows there, you know.
You're
Well,
acting a little
strange. Your
surprised. That's the only
eyebrows
why I
match your
asked.
hair.
Very detailed oriented. That's why women were used as computers in NASA early days.
Yep,
Yes, that's
Yep.
where the term computer comes
I've
from.
seen Hidden Figures, and I was really disappointed when that scene in the toilet turned out to be fake.
What?
Turned out not to
What
have
turned
happened.
out to be fake?
There's a scene, Hidden Figures. There's this story about the three black women working for NASA.
Yeah, the ones that turned out to really do everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, not quite, but
it was
yeah.
it was no. There's a scene in that where basically, for reasons, Kevin Costner, who's in charge, goes and he gets a crowbar and he literally smashes down the sign that says "white toilets" and
Mhm.
says we all. And I was quite disappointed when I had
Yeah.
found out that actually never happened.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
news for you. Nothing in that show actually happened.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we
the-
weren't
I'll-
talking
I'll-
about that show because we didn't see that, but women in general, maybe not those three, but women in general were used early on for
I know a lot
computation.
of them. I went because there was interestingly that there was an episode of a show called I think it was Timeless where they when I first found out about those particular characters.
Mm. But yeah, I mean, NASA connected to the federal government. Yeah, that was not happening then. So anyway, here we go. There's Sid, and Sid kind of like notifies her, "Hey, something's incoming. Something's incoming. Red alert. See that? That's the color red." And so they look at the radar, and space radar shows stuff coming. Red alert. UFO bearing, and it gives you the coordinates. That's nice. Or bearings.
Sol 8 stands for 8 times the speed of light, by the way. So
And that
Yeah,
is nice that they made it in a nice big font. I would be able to read that.
it looks
yeah,
it
the
looks
the
it looks weird
kerning's
the
a
way they've
little
got the
off.
yeah
Look at the
yeah
space between the U and the F, and then the F and the O. That's
yeah. I was
what
like,
we
that's
call bad kerning.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's because they got the full stop under the F rather than it's a separate character.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well.
They had
Uh,
room. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
if you've ever been in graphic design, you constantly notice little details like that.
It's
Oh,
black and
yeah.
white.
Well, with my vision, it's not all that noticeable. Now, here, this is the thing that I saw there. It's like, oh, it looks like it's going to miss the Earth. Miss the Earth. No, the Earth is the bigger one of the two. Obviously, that's true. But when I first saw it, it looked too white. It looked more like the moon to me, but
Yeah, it does,
but
doesn't it?
but basically the trajectory is going to bring it to the North Atlantic, and it's like, oh boy. So they're going to release their
Kraken.
yeah, they're going to release the
The
Kraken.
Or 3 mini Krakens.
Oh dear,
I
now I've got pictures of Judy Bowker chained to a rock in my head. Cheers, mate.
And there's Connect 4.
Yeah,
oh yes.
And
a lot of very Star Trekky designers in this as well. I think. Sort of what the future is going to be like.
I have seen some virtual synthesizer modules that employ a similar type of GUI look to them. I think maybe they were hailing back to this or something. And oh yes, very nice. And they all know how to use that gear, but they still use phones in some ways. They do have intercoms too, but some things are done via phone. And some people have earpieces. Wow. I don't know. Not a very attractive one, but at least it's hands-free. And then they're setting free these interceptors you said before. So they rise up on the moon's surface, well, to the surface using hydraulics. Very nice. And there we have a pilot. The pilot's job, there's 3 of them. So we only see one. But they're going out to try and shoot down that UFO. And so that's communications back and forth. And they're just setting the interceptors to go and tracking them. And there's the captain of this interceptor. I don't know if anyone knows the name, but pilot, pilot dude. And there's the numbers telling them where to go, I guess. Or, a lot of it is displays and stuff. And then, tracking through radar. And then, I saw a number there. That means we have some video footage. Number 4. There's a total of
Okay.
7, so we're halfway through. Well, the clips. But yeah, we are into the meat of the episode.
Yeah, it's always struck me as really bad planning. Okay, so your outline of defense, you know they come through in multiples. So you've got a total of 3 interceptors, each of which has 1 missile. So 1 miss and one's going to get through. That's always struck me
Well,
as
their
very good at
record
planning.
their record got considerably better when the equipment that they're protecting at this moment gets delivered. So
Yeah, it's true.
you won't see
True.
any more 3 misses usually. And they have
Yeah.
ships on Earth as well, but this is their first line of defense. And they have
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
surface,
Yeah.
and they have moon launched rockets too. But yeah, I always
Mm.
wondered. But if you look at the size of the missile, I'm assuming that's necessary. You're not going to see. They can't really carry more than one with those little ships, and
Mm-hmm.
I assume 3 is all they
Well,
had
yeah,
the
with the
money to
size of
build.
Yeah. 3's the magic number for drama.
I
Well,
mean,
it's a good thing. Go ahead.
they have arguments about the budget for Shadow all throughout the show. It's a constant struggle to, you know. But if you think about the consequences of failing, it seems a little stupid. But all of the administrators and directors, they all have their little petty domains, and they're all going to fight about money and who gets to control what. And it's fairly realistic, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is how those
Yeah.
organizations and bureaucracy work. So
Let's be honest. Yeah, it's true.
you didn't see anything this sophisticated. You had 2001, that was it. Everything else was hokey, B movie schlock. You didn't find anything this sophisticated up until this point. You either had Forbidden Planet was the pinnacle of the B type movies, but usually they were much hokier. You had 2001 that's dead ass serious. This is the first time you really got to see this stuff on TV like that.
Well, Star Trek, would you call that hokey?
No, but it's completely, it's off to the side because it's so far in the future. It's got very little to do with, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's separate. I mean, Star Trek was the first real serious science fiction show, and they didn't.
Well,
it was also post scarcity in general, so they didn't have to worry about. There were political squabbles, but not financial ones.
it may have been far in the future, but Captain Kirk sure had a nasty left hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sound design department was busy in all those away missions. There's always punching going on. All right, so here we go. What happens now? Well, Sid thought it was a hit, I guess, or maybe he was asking them to confirm, and they're like, nope, it's a miss. It's through, and so Straker gets the news. And he's radioing to Alec, and it says it's up to you now. Well, it's not really up to him; it's up to the skydiver, which is coming up here. But he decides, we're gonna make that dinner date. Don't you worry.
Ooh, creepy.
Yeah, they were gonna take a page out of Star Trek and give green skin to the purple haired ladies, but they all ended up looking like the Joker, and it just didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
Didn't plan out like they wanted.
that would confuse them with the aliens too that had the green skin.
Oh yes, that's right.
So, well, no, I mean, just let them have the purple hair. They look nice the way they are. And more reel-to-reel tape. Got to get all this stuff recorded for the logs. And the UFO is now in the atmosphere up there where
Yeah. My
Siegel
video's definitely behind the
is.
sound. Weird.
And he's basically
Hey,
communicating with.
okay, now you guys can hear me. I don't know how long I was muted, but
Oh, wow.
it has not been working.
It's only been 25 minutes.
Oh, I was saying stuff, and I was like, nobody likes what I'm
Oh,
saying. I
yeah,
guess
if you
no, but
don't-
it was because
Yeah, you're not among rude people here, so if you're not being
No, I
heard,
know.
it might be. Yeah, now
yeah, it
and
was
then,
me. It wasn't you.
now and then you do need to duck out. Oh, yeah, I guess the controls are a little different. Were you actually muted? Or was it an Evie Mux failure? Now I don't hear.
We lost her
I
audio.
don't hear you, Jill.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows what the microphone icon is there. So another thing is to check the settings icon, the gear wheel, and make sure you're on the right device. But EVMux has been known to kind of like have some audio issues. Another thing you can check is your operating system's input volume. So if you're using Windows, go into
Okay, how's
sound
that?
settings.
Okay, so I don't know why it keeps doing that, but we'll try again. Thank you.
Another
Well,
thing to check is if it does it again, look at your operating system's input volume, because
yeah,
sometimes these browser controls control that too, and we'll turn that
Goodness.
down.
yeah,
Okay.
Jill, I
Also,
saw you dropping completely off of the channel.
oh,
Yeah, that's what I was doing that on purpose because I was saying stuff, and then I realized I wasn't actually, my little bubble thing wasn't moving. Anyway, we can get back to the episode.
yeah,
I'll
if there's a
work on
Black
my own
Friday
technical
sale, I
difficulties.
might look into StreamYard again. But
I was abducted by the UFO.
Yeah.
What is this? We have Spotty, or is it Scotty? Oh,
Scotty R37, my good friend and co-host.
Well, welcome, Scotty. Oh, I remember
Yeah.
Scotty.
That looks like Japan on the radar scope there with Hokkaido and Honshu, but I don't think it would.
Yeah.
They're not really going to be showing Japan, so I don't know what's up.
Yeah,
That is
North
Japan.
Atlantic. Yeah, North Atlantic ain't quite Japan, unless that's some sort of funky bit of Newfoundland. I don't know.
Well,
Well,
all
whatever.
the water is connected, so technically it's all one ocean, right? So,
Yeah.
and it is north.
Well, could say the West Pacific. That would be a lot closer. All right, so go ahead.
If you go to Scotland and you keep going north, you're going to end up in freaking Japan. So,
Yeah.
you know.
All right, there we go. We are in the submarine now. Somebody looking down, yeah, and there's still
The skydiver.
periscoping. Now, the submarine itself is not called Skydiver, right? It's just the vehicle that comes out at the front.
I think it's all sky. They were kind of refer to the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
The sub is Skydiver, and the vessel is Sky 1, 2, 3, whichever
Yeah.
skydiver it's from. So the notice when it goes, because you notice when it goes up, it's Sky 1 on the side of the plane, but the whole thing is Skydiver.
Perhaps it's to confuse the enemy or something like that. If you call your submarines skydivers, well, they do dive, but if you called them water divers, then it might be too obvious.
They'd be going the other direction.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, detachable. There we go.
Yeah, very cool. The interceptors couldn't do it, so now it's up to Sky One.
Mm-hmm.
Who has more than one missile, so it makes you kind of wonder, why do the interceptors need the big one, but this guy apparently has multiple ammunition.
Well, that might be something to bring up.
I've had several of those missile packs on any number of airfix model kits I made for rocket launch, for underwing rocket launches.
Yeah, I like how it did have multiple slots. But I guess in space you need really big one hitters. I don't know. But anyway, here we go.
The only thing I can think of is that if you're in atmosphere, a near miss is going to have a shock wave, whereas if you're in space, a near miss isn't. You're not going to get a shock wave. You might get shrapnel, but you're not going to get a shock wave.
But yeah, I still think having multiple shots would probably give you better time. I don't know. I mean,
I agree. I think it just has one missile because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how cool does an
And a few
alien
missiles.
invasion taking over the planet Earth look? That would
It's
be
just lucky that you only get 1 to 3 UFOs that invade at once, so it works perfect with the invader and interceptors.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Pilot
Oh,
Dude,
swappers.
what did he say?
It's being naughty.
Have
I
some
gotta read
pills that might help that shed air plane out.
it.
Let me guess, they're blue?
I think it was doing that because it was some kind of shielding, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it's if you want the boring X-Men, yes, when it's gone up for supersonic flight, it sure goes up to protect it. But when it's subsonic and when it's landing, the pilots need to see out, so that's why the nose dips.
Ah, the Concorde nose.
Yep.
Well, here we see a little bit of dogfighting going on here. Protect the Earth and protect Seagull. There's Seagull hiding in the clouds. And that might help them a little bit because I guess clouds also confuse radar. I don't know. I guess this is before there were heat-seeking missiles, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we have a missile launch here. And as you see, multiple missiles. Yes, that's a nice little thing there. Little mini missiles, but there's a miss on the first attempt. Yes. And then on board the Seagull, they're like saying, watch out there. They're entering the clouds. So the UFO starts entering the clouds and takes a shot here with cream fire. That's their weapon, is cream fire. There we go. There's the shot taking place in the, you see a little bit of a shockwave in the, what do you call it, in the cockpit here, but whatever. I don't need to show all the details. I'm really bogging it. But we're targeting the UFO, and we do get a hit here. So very good, Peter. And there is the alien being knocked out of the UFO.
No, is that stable diffusion? Yes. Bad
You can
VA.
tell
Bad.
because there are too many aliens.
My video is about 1 to 2 seconds behind the audio.
Well, don't worry. You get it eventually. Yeah, that's
No, because you
UFO
said it
hit
at the
there on the
screenshot.
left.
I had to explain it. Yes, that's right. You can't have too many missiles.
You can have too many aliens, though. And there we go. Did you know there was? Well, you found out later in a later episode there was a second alien.
I kind of think people really should sue Stable Diffusion for trade discrimination. It's really misnamed.
It always tries to give you extra of what you asked for. But anyway, there is the UFO going down now, and it's like, oh, we got it? Oh, good. And then we find out later, good, that Peter is taking a look at it, and we see, all this orange stuff coming out. We see bubblies, and then he says he sees a body. They need to confirm that. Did you really see a body? Yes, I see a body. Now, I do have a clip coming up here. I remember it. Yes, I do. Clip number 5. So we get to witness and behold this conversation here. Now, does he say these are the same ones we found in Roswell? I don't think so. It's the same motif.
Actually, instead of a leitmotif, it's more of an idée fixe, like from Symphonie Fantastique, where they take one theme and put it in different contexts because a leitmotif is different for every
but that
character.
one theme is usually attached to something, an idea or character or an object. Here, it's attached to every scene.
Yeah, definitely more like an idefix.
Well,
Sorry,
it's it's
I
more
can't
like a
pronounce
musical
it correctly in
idea
French.
that is reused for efficiency, and it's kind of cool. But it's like it keeps the theme integrated. But it's not really attached to any person or thing or stuff like that. It's just like every scene has that in it in some way.
The
But
score
also,
is rad. Agreed, Scotty.
the thing that sounded like a theremin there. I'm not sure if that was really a theremin because I know that Barry Gray had an owned Martineau, and that's like a ring on a string capacitor where basically as you move it you get different pitches, so it could sweep and move like that. So that thing got played in a bunch of different instruments there.
Yeah, unless Barry Gray
That's
walked
the
around
music that
barefoot a
says.
lot and smoked a lot of weed, I don't think that's a theremin.
Yeah, but it
That's the
has like
music
that
that says
kind of,
ad break coming up.
yeah, it's a beefier tone than a theremin,
Yeah, yeah.
and but it still had that ability to slide around. But I think it was probably his owned Martineau. All right, and now we have here a meeting with Alec and Ed, and basically, they're kind of casual, and Ed needs a drink. Alec has self-control, though. He doesn't need one and doesn't ever take one. But yeah, I don't know. I think out of the bottle might be a little bit cleaner. But, if you like dispensers, there you go. But in any case, yeah, it's a serious discussion because now we have a specimen. And this is their first specimen. And in the talk, it is mentioned that it was 10 years ago. That would be 1970 when I guess they discovered that these UFOs were coming.
Yeah,
And
I got cut out again.
oh
I
my
liked
goodness.
the line there where he says he never drinks because of self-control, and
Hmm.
Freeman says maybe drinking needs more self-control.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
They're trying to one up each other.
And
Well,
all I can think
I do it
about
this way.
and all I
Go
can
ahead.
think
I'm
about
sorry.
is that well liquor or top shelf in that machine. That's the only thing I'm caring about.
Uh, probably not top shelf.
Well, you don't know.
You need to store top shelf in
I don't think
glass.
it's recommended to take, a really fine whiskey and put it in a dispenser
In a dispenser and expose it to oxygen.
and
No.
plastic and all that.
Yeah,
Ew.
but that's a future dispenser. It could be vacuum sealed and stored in glass, and it just comes up when it needs
Hmm.
to. But the important thing to remember is always start off with top shelf, but after the first two, it stops mattering.
Mm-hmm. Well, then they get to the discussion. Yeah, 10 years ago we discovered it, and
Top
but
shelf
Alec is
pencils.
congratulating him on doing a great job ever since and keeping this whole thing together. And so that's where you piece together the whole story that that incident was 1970, and oh, we're moving a little bit over here.
Oh, don't get
Basically,
me started on Darmak and Gelada Tanagra, Scotty.
what,
No.
what?
Oh, that episode. It's iconic.
I know that I got to the end there. I think I included an extra slide that shouldn't have been there. So here we are, last set of slides. We're coming to the home stretch. So he gets
Freeman
to
and Lake crashing and burning. That's where he hits on her. Yes, Freeman and Lake when the plane fell.
God. Awesome.
Well,
That ought to be on an Earworms t-shirt.
we do hear here that the specimen is ready to view. Anything
Yeah,
to
I
say?
gotta call bullshit on that one.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I was
Yeah, that's
saying,
not right. There's something off about this picture.
yeah, it's
Oh, I
from.
didn't catch it right away. It's
It
like, whoa.
reminds me of Ron Howard's creepy little brother, but
Or what's that new alien thing on TV that
my
people were
vision.
talking
Oh,
about?
Alien Earth.
Yeah, kind of looks like one of those.
Yeah, at this time of night, my vision's blurry anyway, so I can't even really see it. But I saw enough.
Well, there's the real one with plastic eyes and all on a
Ugh.
breathing thing. It was kind of like a dramatic thing. You do sense fear and stuff from the being and nervousness.
I'm with
They're
Colin on this. I had to turn around when that scene happened. I couldn't, I mean, them
Yeah.
poking
yeah.
the eyes and
Well,
tapping. Oof,
Well,
it
it
was
was
too
a
much.
plastic cover.
yeah,
Oof.
I mean, the thing is, they don't actually do it. It's, your brain tricks you because the image they've actually got it start with with the lens actually outside the eye. You don't actually see it it's just your eye makes you tremor. But it's also interesting, I hadn't actually noticed before, because if you look closely at the face, the color is not always there. It's not all green, which is good because if I remember correctly, actually they're not green. The green
No,
is
from the
the green
liquid.
is yeah, the green is dyed from the liquid that keeps them that they're breathing in space.
Mm-hmm.
So even that one, you can see that it's
Hmm?
the skin's not evenly dyed, if you like, which is whether that's deliberate or it's a limitation of the makeup, I don't know. Um,
Well, it worked out anyway, but yeah, that's what they conclude eventually. There's Peter being told to go be thank you. Now go for your debriefing. And
Well,
here we go.
it works out except for there's liquid in the alien's lungs.
Yeah, kind of like the abyss.
bit
Oh,
like that, yeah.
yes.
Hey, I know I'm 2 hours late, but on the thumbnail, why does my teddy bear have a flock of seagulls gender ambiguous
Flock of,
haircut?
That's what AI gave you.
yes.
Uh,
Stable
yeah,
I
diffusion.
did not give detail request. I just
yeah, yeah, I'm taking a little bit of umbrage at
At
the
least it's
ambiguity.
purple hair.
said a white teddy bear with purple hair, and that's what I got.
Yeah, and it gave me purple hair instead of purple fur. It's the weirdest thing to see out of a teddy bear.
Uh,
Oh, I'm
It's
sure
like
these days, especially with those laboobos, that's what they'll be doing.
I dream of Jeannie, but she's a freaking teddy bear. Okay.
Oh yeah. And here we are. Basically, I forgot the conversation, but it's the doctor's explaining that yeah, that the lungs were filled with fluid. The spacecraft was filled with fluid. I guess later it's kind of like talked about that helps with like longer distance travel. I don't know, or
Higher
um,
speed travel
yeah,
over long
higher speed
distances.
travel.
Yeah.
Is that
Apparently,
true?
they've been trying to figure it out too, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but the aliens figured it out first.
But is that true?
Um, I'll let you know as soon as we can go faster than light. I mean, it's a pretty standard science fiction concept to use water for, crash couches, acceleration, deceleration. You see it in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different shows. We still haven't got liquid breathing down, so for
Mm-hmm.
humans anyway. So
Well,
um
I suspect.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
don't
Archer.
know.
I suspect it probably is a similar theory. The physics are probably similar to the theory that they did use in the abyss.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Well, there, I guess the idea is to say that the liquid in the lungs is going to be better than atmosphere because of the pressure
Yeah,
that
which will make the
that
oxygen liquid anyway. thereby killing you. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
I
I
know
first
it's
saw
definitely
this,
not something true, but it's enough of a sciencey thing to like get a general audience to just maybe like say, "Hey, cool."
yeah, it's an interesting idea, but it confused me as to whether or not the aliens just breathe liquid and then they're just trying to survive in our environment in which they don't have the liquid, so that's why they need
yeah,
a
but
helmet full of liquid.
well, you're about to find out the nature of the aliens. They are definitely not native liquid breathers.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
They're
and
all the aliens. Always didn't have the right science fiction. 'Cause if they'd read if they'd read Doc Smith, they would just have invented an inertialist drive, and that would have solved all their problems.
now I do have a sixth clip somewhere, but I don't know if I missed it or what.
Mhm.
But we'll see here. Yeah. So this guy, yeah, that's the eye stuff. We'll try to make sure we go through that pretty quick. Oh, oops! What the hell?
Yeah, let's move on.
I'm
Move
trying. There we
on.
go. Here we go.
It's like that scene from The Abyss. I get clammy hands every time I see that water breathing. I can't. Oof.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and apparently filming that movie was
Horrible. Horrible.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard stories about Cameron
Hmm.
being close to the edge
Hmm.
himself.
Wow.
Well, it's his idea, his fault. So there we go. We're at the end, and it's the nurse comes in and says, "You can come see him now. You can see the patient now." And then that's when the doctors talk about the conclusions. Basically, everything we covered so far. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Yeah, that the alien has all these organs, all these transplants.
Oh, that was at the end after the alien dies. The alien's still alive now and about to have a dream. Dream, 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 dream. And there's the nurse. Definitely not moon based material. But
Aw,
unfortunately, after the dream, the alien dies. No, she's fine. I don't know what I'm saying.
psychedelic dream.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't know what it was. Like, what is that? Oh, oh, that's just coloration. That's the eye with coloration. Okay, I see. I was just like, what does he see? I was looking for a clue. But anyway, he does have a psychedelic death. And so, and that's when a doctor tells Straker about the organs. But look at that. He's dried out and stuff. Uh-huh. I don't remember if the thing was that they couldn't have been out of the liquid for too long. It's like they were adapted for the liquid, and then I don't know. But that has more to do with
I,
my memory
I,
than anything else.
I think they say later on that the spaceships degrade in our atmosphere.
Hmm. Well, in any case, here's the artwork, and there's a little bit of a meeting going on discussing what to do, and then Straker gives like an important, monologue about everything. And one thing I found really intriguing in this is how he described them. They're not described as evil; they're described as callous, like the same way we would treat animals that we need for food. Um, I don't know. Maybe some people treat them better, but but it was
Yeah, it
almost
gave
like,
me. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead, no, go ahead.
No, it gave me War of the World vibes in terms of yes, we're just beings under a microscope for them and to be used,
Yeah, or
like you
the
say, as cattle horse.
archons that feed off of our energy and harvest our emotional outbursts and everything. But it's just kind of like, but at the same time, anything that, uh, I guess it becomes a real big philosophical discussion. It's like, yeah, is it something they need to survive though? Like, is this simply predating on organisms that you need to live, or is there something else to it? I think right now he's suggesting that it really is just survival.
Yeah, that they're a dying race, and they need more resources, and we are that resource.
They need new organs. Well,
Still
all
doesn't make it
great here.
morally good, you know, to
Well,
come and raid another planet and
we eat
even for your
chickens.
survival.
We eat chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but chickens don't shoot back at us.
I think if I
Oh, they
mean
would if
if
they could,
chicken
man.
Yeah.
those
Well, if they
those
could,
little
yeah.
those little murder chickens are essentially mini velociraptors, man.
Yep.
They're
they
mean.
are.
Yeah.
They are mean. Oh my gosh, I have some chicken stories that you wouldn't believe.
We don't have chickens, but her chicken stories.
No, these are secondhand chicken stories of people who own that I know own chickens.
Yeah, we're not.
They are bad. A cousin of mine keeps chickens up in Georgia, and he lost a kneecap to a rooster.
Oof.
Yes, he had to. Yeah,
I heard about a
defend
Whoa.
guy.
himself.
He had a mafia rooster.
Mafia. Yes.
I heard about a guy got in trouble for raising chickens, but I think that was a different kind of chicken entirely.
There's a straker butt. Well, anyway, that's where he's doing his monologue. I should have probably exported that because it was a good monologue. But
Anyways, the chickens on planet Earth have the right to defend themselves.
yes,
So
Mhm.
even if the other people need our organs.
they do have a right to defend themselves, the chickens.
Yes,
Well, I don't think legally, but it doesn't matter because they will if they can.
Mhm.
exactly.
Legally.
Well,
You mean
right.
there's like a law? Who's going to pass a law say chickens, you're not allowed to fight back?
I'm saying rights are legal issues, but from a pragmatic standpoint, it doesn't matter if they have the right or not. They're going to do it if they are able.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well.
One time, well, Lawrence, we do have a first-hand chicken store. My dad, when he came to visit us, I don't know if it was the first or second time he came to visit us. He was helping me cut the grass around the mailbox. Got off the mower, and a chicken. I guess one of the neighbor's chickens, a rooster, approached him, and it was aggressive. Hey, rooster, they're no joke.
Yeah, no, I mean, city folk may not realize it, but most animals will get, pretty mean when they're trying to defend their lives. Look at a
Well,
wild pig,
he
man.
wasn't going after the rooster with the mower or anything.
No, he was just hanging around the mailbox, and I guess one of my neighbor's chickens was out and about and was threatening him. So,
Yes.
the rooster, yes, they're mean. They're mean.
Oh, I
Super
missed
mean
the
and dangerous.
video. We might as well hear before we wrap it up. We might as well catch this perceptions from the alien that was having a bit of visions on the hospital bed there. And hopefully this will be worth it.
Some good face acting by that extra there. You can really see a sense of confusion and panic and distress.
Yeah, and didn't overdo it. But yeah, that's the one clip I missed. But
That
now
music
we
Good
again.
one.
That music would not be out of place in Space 1999 or Captain Scarlet. Again, same sort of style of music, isn't it?
well, same composer.
Same guy, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's Peter. That's where he's like telling him, you don't want to know this. But Peter's like, yeah, I want to know. Basically, yeah, his sister went missing and her organs were harvested. I think one of them ended up in that guy. And that's how they know what's going on. And then we show clips of a funeral there, a funeral taking place without a body. Peter and his family for his sister. And
And he mentions that you can never tell your family what really happened because that, again, goes back to having to keep secrets for the greater good.
Now, what is the greater good of keeping these secrets? I mean, other
Uh,
than there being panic.
the world would freak out and rioting and all kind of crazy death cults and weird
Well,
stuff.
what tends to happen, at least in more recent years, is an attempt to make people panic.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yep.
yeah, but
So,
but only via something that they have at least
Con-
the impression of control over.
control over, yeah.
Yeah.
you better. I mean, was it ever concluded what was going on with those drones over New Jersey?
I don't think so. It's
Yeah,
still quite a mystery.
Question mark.
yeah. Well, there's all sorts of things that came out of different members of government that, well, obviously weren't really conclusive. So, well, in any case, um, I don't know. I guess I'm not going to say anything more. We're at the end, and we do have the closing credits, though, because I thought the music was excellent here, and hopefully we get away with it. If the video is clipped up after the stream, that's because I had to take some of this stuff out. I don't think any of that would need to be taken out, but maybe the closing credits. Who knows? It looks like themes definitely can, trigger a copyright thing, but I don't know about closing credits because it's different from the theme.
They're from, and they want it to be
Uh huh.
scary and creepy. Um,
Oh, okay.
it's sort-
I missed
it's
that.
it's the counterpoint to the somewhat optimistic, adventurous tone of the opening theme.
Yeah.
The the the
Oh
the implication is that it's not going to end well.
gosh. Yeah, I missed that was the alien planet at the end.
So if that's meant to be the alien planet,
Is
that's
that
very
meta?
damn close to the Earth.
Yeah, they're taking
I
artistic
always thought that was
license.
the moon.
But you could do a whole thing about how you could cut out all of the dialogue and just tell this story with music, and most people would know everything that's going on. It's a really incredible job of telling the entire story through music.
Yep.
And the
Well,
same theme music all the way through, as you point. They do have some different themes that. What did you call it, Liz?
It was Edith Feeks where they used like the same melody in different contexts.
Yeah. Can
Um,
you type that out in the chat so I can actually?
well,
I'm
that's
gonna look up the
associated with
spelling. Yeah.
French terminology, idée fixe, from Berlioz' Symphonie Fantastique in particular, which that's where the phrase was coined. But
Okay, that's French.
the
What's the real spelling?
but the
Let
thing
me find it.
is, well, fixed idea is what it means. But I mean, a lot of it was seen as like an incipient form of leitmotif. But the thing that
I
I'm
think that was
saying here is the difference is idée fixe does mean that there's a theme for certain subjects,
Yeah.
characters, objects, something like that.
No, it's
Um,
cool. That's why I want to know how to spell. There's
and
some subtle
and the
differences.
ba da 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 isn't associated with anything other than every scene.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter what's happening, what's in it, whatever, it's just there. It's like this is the show theme.
Yeah, but they change it to
Well,
represent what's going
leitmotifs
on.
do
Yeah.
get changed too. They do get transformed.
Yeah, but leitmotifs are more attached to a
Yeah.
particular character. An Edith Feeks
Well,
is
no, idée fixe was, like in Symphony Fantastique. There was a theme for his love interest and everything. That they were associated with characters. In fact, later on, I just basically learned that it was just a difference in terminology. The German school called it leitmotif in their language, and the French called it idée fixe. It's just in music history we learn about the one first because Berlioz was first, and then but basically it's the same idea.
Why do the
Um,
French have to insist on a different word for everything?
well, they were first, so it's
Because
Well,
their
to be
lang-
fair, they came up with it
because their
first.
language
yeah.
derives from Latin, whereas English and German derived from ancient Germanic.
Wow, so nobody got that joke at all, huh? That's what I'm hearing.
Well, yeah, no, we were just no. Well,
That was a Steve Martin bit back in the 70s. He's
Oh,
like,
Oh, I missed it.
oh
I went to
no.
I missed
France
it.
and they had a different word for everything. Why?
oh, I was just going to say because they're French. What do you expect?
Yeah, I was just, yeah. Perhaps they're French, like the Zog people. The people, the people that said Zog.
Zog.
to
Zog what? Zog yes.
Oh
Zog
yes,
no.
Zog, yes.
Zog
It's
yes, Zog
it's
no.
it's always worth going back through the chat and seeing everything Gavin Blackburn says.
Lisa Happy.
It's
There's a
like-
nice
Wait, did
little
I miss
Babylon 5.
something?
Not,
Let me see.
he just cracks me up.
not connection per se, but reference. Of course, there's an episode in Babylon 5 where they're in the court and there is a guy suing an alien because the alien's ancestors
Oh
kidnapped and probed and
yes,
turned his
Yeah.
ancestor. And
yes.
that is the same theme. Obviously not aliens. Sadly not the aliens, but we never know what the aliens actually look like. Similar theme to the idea of UFO, alien abduction. So a nice little sort of tangential connection there, if you will.
They showed the Greys. They look exactly like the stereotypical alien. It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I think they did. I think they did.
Yeah, they were
Were they
on
all
the. They were sitting
satisfied
there
or
with
not?
their lawyer, looking very
No,
Roswell.
Yeah.
no, and I know in that one. I'm just thinking, were they actually the same ones as the scribes that kidnapped Sheridan and Talon?
They look
No,
like well, they look similar. They had the big round heads and the big eyes.
Because they're also the aliens that appear, I think, in 2 or 3 scenes as helping out the shadows. There's one where
yeah, no, they're not Drock, but the ones that got
no, not the
Sheridan.
Dratons. One's operating on I think it's the one where the old where there's the assassin and you
Yeah,
see
no,
his like qualities inside his head.
the ones that took Sheridan, they do it because they're trying to figure out who. Like, they wouldn't bother doing that to a non-space
Oh, right.
traveling planet. They're
Oh, so not
summing up their
okay.
enemies.
I genuinely couldn't remember if they were the same or not. So.
No,
I did want to touch on something while we still have some audience here. First of all, I am going to put up a poll as to whether next week we're doing Genesis of the Daleks or Back to Babylon 5. Probably episode 4 or 5. No, not. I mean, we'll see which one, but I think I'm going to skip the what's her name episode.
Wait, how about the Halloween Dia del Muerte
That'll
type
be
episode?
well, we still have an extra week before Halloween. Halloween, I think I'd
You
like
mean
to do a
season 5?
Thursday night
Season
stream
4 or
and do
5
that.
was that?
The night before Halloween, because Friday night, there's Trav and B-side, so I'd like to do Thursday night, maybe a stream on. That would be Thursday the 30th. But before then, we still have the 26th next week. And the first thing is to see what we're going to do. I know Mike would like to do a little bit of music. But here's another thing. No matter what, if Swappers finishes chapter 11 of Praxium of the Pathfinders,
Ooh,
we'll
okay.
do that next Sunday, and then we'll put whatever this is afterwards. But right now, it's Babylon 5 or Genesis of the Daleks.
I think you should ask Liza what she wants to do rather than put up a poll and
I was just saying, I'm going to have you put up the
Oh,
poll. Have
I
to vote
can't
for
be
both.
selfish. Let's do the poll and ask the chat what they want to do.
Yeah,
I would
but I think we're
do
going
both
to
and be put in Black 7, but
Blake 7. Oh, yeah. Well,
No,
we can
leave
do that afterwards. I mean, there's plenty of
I
stuff
was
to
gonna
do.
say,
That's why I only do one episode, because
yeah,
there'll be more
too many
Space
of these things. Far too
1999.
many of them.
There'll be more UFO. There'll be more.
Yeah.
Babylon 5. I think I'm going to skip the Adira episode because,
Ooh,
I mean,
I love
there's not a lot to show in that.
Fabiano
And
Udenio.
Well, you got to talk about the Adira episode if we're gonna do the Halloween episode so people know. Well, I guess anyone watching has already seen
Well,
Babylon
Yeah,
5.
Not,
if
A bunch of nerds like us.
we just want to talk
if you've
about
seen the
things.
Halloween episode, yeah.
But and then the episode with that relic that turns into that being, that the purity being. I'm not sure if
Infection.
I want to do that one either. But the one after that, whatever it is, I think it's
David, you mean
Jason
the David
Ironheart.
McCullum episode?
Is that one? The relic?
That's the one with infection. Is the one with David McCullum and Marshall Teague.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you want to do that, we could do it. I mean, that would be the next after Adira. Maybe do both, cram them together. Adira and her perfection.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I have a poll in there for Babylon 5. Did it work?
well, I mean,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
poll?
Okay.
the Adira episode is a prime example of it's a one-off episode, except it kind of has some smother major repercussions later on when
Maybe if I
it's
take
used to
slides,
manipulate Londo.
maybe if I take
Yeah.
slides a little more sparingly, we could get through 2. I don't know.
Yeah, Gavin, that's the episode I want to do.
Yeah, that's what
Where-
they're
Which
talking
one?
about, Gavin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
The
The Halloween?
Day of the
Day of the
Dead
Dead.
episode.
Yeah, but I'd like to do that for Halloween, which means it would be a Thursday night stream.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's what I'd like to do, like the
I
night
see.
before Halloween. The only reason why I don't want to do Halloween itself is it's a Friday, and we got Trev, then B-sides, and I don't want to, I mean, maybe I could be a bridge between the two for like an hour or two. I don't know. That's a possibility.
That's the season 5 episode. I'm trying to work out. That's the season 5 episode, isn't it?
Yeah. But
Because
it
I
is
was
a
trying to work out which it
standalone,
was, and
except
then I
for
remembered. Then I remembered who it was, whose best mate came back.
Zoe.
Then I realized it must be season 5.
Well,
episode.
if we want to do a creepy episode in honor of the holiday, maybe we could do the Lando Malari episode where he has a heart attack and meets like
Mhm.
Judgment.
The only thing about is that if you do, because it's a season 5 episode, there's a number of changes to cast and the like, especially if people have only been following it up to the first season. But
Poor Jill.
we
I
need an
mean,
explanation
she
for that.
must be having trouble again.
Oh no.
No, I'm okay now. I'm just
Oh, okay.
listening.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I mean, if you need to go, we'll probably be.
I'm
we're gonna
okay.
be ending soon. Oh, cool. No.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
cool.
please join me. And actually, another thing, I looked last night to see if I could find a costume for Liza for Halloween. I was looking for an Altera costume. Altera from Forbidden Planet, and Francis's character.
You
I
could
couldn't
just
find one.
Oh, lovely.
you could make that out of like a silk sheet, man. She's basically wearing a tunic with a hole in it. I mean, it's,
Ay, ay,
Well,
ay.
what about the dress that she has Robbie the Robot make for her with all the sparkles?
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
pretty.
yeah, it's a glitter-free zone. I thought, oh wait, that's the other stream. Yeah,
No, we're fine with glitter here as long as it's
Yeah.
properly used.
One thing
yeah,
I
that
was
was a joke that happened on Mr. Brown. So.
coming back to the we said that the casts changed quite a bit.
Mhm.
Interestingly, the character that I'm trying to get bloody IMDb back to the right page. The character that we saw I think we saw once or twice on Moonbase. One I mentioned actually appears down on Sky One at one point. She is actually been. I think she was in the second or third most appearances in the show. It was it's Nina Barry's the character, but she has something like. I feel like you let me go back again because I looked it up, and actually, that you see the number of episodes that each particular cast member's in. Here we go.
Yeah, I think I
And
already.
you've got yeah, she's the only person who appears in more episodes than she does is Ed Bishop. This is Ed Straker. She appears in 23 or 26 episodes. Gay Ellis only appears in 13 episodes in half the season.
I know it's very sad.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it for tonight. It looks like Babylon 5 has won. So now here's the thing I'm going to check. I want to make sure it's okay with, I don't know who's able to make next week or not. I know that, what's his name? Mike Gorley will be back. And I know
What's
he
his
needs
name?
to end. I know he needs
Shame on you.
I know he needs to end at like probably around 9 o'clock. But the thing is, next week, the UK goes back an hour.
Yeah.
Sunday at 2 a.m., Mr. Brown will climb up Big Ben and he will swing that hour hand around back to 1 a.m.
Oh, they're
So
lucky. They get it early.
they get it 1 week earlier than us. But that means for us next week, Mr. Brown starts 1 hour later. So for those of us on the East Coast, that would be at around 6 p.m. And that means we would start around 8 p.m. if we want to follow Brown. Now, if we overlap, it's not great. I'd prefer to avoid that because much of our audience comes from Mr. Brown Alliance. And it's just 1 week to start an hour later. So I think it's better we start an hour later. I said to Mike, hang out for an hour, and then if you have to go, you got to go. So,
or you could also consider Mike can do his music thing during the last hour of Brown.
Yeah,
just a thought, and then we transition into the show by the time Brown let out. But
well, I mean, Mike, when he says music, he's not talking about just himself. He was featured like 2 weeks ago with a new album. So the thing is, he would probably just be interested in doing. I mean, he was just suggesting we do some music topic. What I was thinking, another possibility, now that Babylon 5 won, it might change things a bit. I could talk about a specific Tangerine Dream album, do that at 7 p.m., and then at 8 p.m., when the Brown folks come, we could kick into an episode of Babylon 5, since they're related.
You might want to rethink what you just said.
What?
When the Brown folks come.
Sorry. I mean, Mr. Brown's audience.
I know what you meant, but
what are you, 12, man? Jeez.
No, so it's no. There's a lot of actually. Sorry, in your case, it would probably be as if you'd said if the black folks come. That was the tone of the joke. Well,
my tone was certainly not that.
No, I mean that's why the phrase brown folks kind of has a similar connotation to what the phrase.
Well, and then you have a double meaning to the word "come." So I mean,
that actually wasn't the one I was thinking. It was the.
Wow, and I thought it was some chat or something because I was like, I didn't say anything.
It's just the way that you said. It's like the best of these things you come across and it means something slightly different. You just come at so matter of fact. I want to look for
Swappers cancels me. What the hell?
Yeah, Swappers canceled you. Jill, I subbed to your channel.
What?
I subbed to Jill's channel.
Thank you so much for subscribing. I've been trying to get to that next every 10 because after 1,000 it only tells you after every 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every 10.
Yeah,
so you got me over the next one.
I just made it to 1.28. So 10
I'm trying to get to that magical 20.
Oh, I got to check out your channel. Yeah,
Well, I only
I
have
put the link in the description, so folks
yeah.
check out Istaphobos. He has a video up now.
Yeah, 1 20-second video, but I am actually working on a real one. So
Oh, okay. What is the 20-second video?
you'll see. It's making fun of James Gunn, who I despise. So
All right. Yeah.
Neat.
it's
Well,
very short.
and I will say, all right. So
Yes,
next
I'm
week,
trying to get to 1701 subscribers. That is my goal.
all right, 1701 specifically.
Yeah, the Enterprise. We're gonna
Oh
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
celebration.
Oh,
Oh, what
okay.
if you get
Cool.
two at once and you just jump right up to
Oh,
1702?
yeah,
Then you
that'll
can get
hurt.
Liza to unsubscribe and drop
Yeah.
you back down.
YouTube does that just fine without
By
anybody's help.
itself.
Oh yeah. Every time I
Yeah.
get some new subscribers, it goes back a few steps, a few more, and then back a few more, and then back a few.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Paula Abdul song. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
So next week, who wants to join us? This is not a commitment in stone or anything. I just want to see and have an idea for the thumbnail. Liza, I guess you'll be here unless John Sheridan comes back from Zaha Doom. Ista, are you willing to join us next week? I guess it'll be after Brown, probably at 8.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to do the
Sounds good.
7 o'clock thing, but if we do, I'll definitely DM Brown to let him know that, we're just going to do a little music stuff before and then. But I don't know if that's even really worth it because if you're going to do, I don't know.
It
We'll
depends how many replay watches you get, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's sort of yeah, I'm saying, that's up to you and whether or not, you want the larger audience for the stuff.
Yeah, I think I like this vibe, and I think this audience would sometimes be into music. A lot of people stayed for Mike's music 2 weeks ago, when he presented his new album. Swappers was there, Brown was in the audience and everything.
Yeah.
But I think I'd like to kind of keep with this thing. We are working out getting some artists like Gabriel Marin from Consider the Source. Mike is trying to get him, as well as John Ferrara from the same band. A phenomenal bass player. These guys are serious musicians, so it'll be an honor to have them on. So we're not going to shy from that. And, definitely we'll mix in some music. I know the first time we do Doctor Who, we want to talk about Dahlia Derbyshire and everything. So, we're going to mix it all together, but just trying to figure out for 1 week how we're going to handle it because, I think it's best just to say we start an hour later and then Mike can bail out early if he needs to, and that's it.
I think I'm gonna have Mike on my show next week
Yeah,
as well, so we could, the floor is open to him. I know he has a new secret project to reveal and wants to talk about how his event went. I'm
he wasn't
very
talking
curious
about he wasn't talking about when he said, yeah, it'd be nice to get back to some music. Then he was talking about just keeping music as a topic rather than just shows. And so that's all he meant there. It doesn't have to be his music, but you're featuring him next week on your show. So, and folks, check that out in the description. Check out Psyche Electroacoustic Opera Company. That's Liza's channel. Instrument building and all sorts of electronic music and lighting and various go out and do it yourself musician stuff.
All right, guys, I got to bail, man.
Okay.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
So we'll
Thanks,
bail,
chat.
but it looks like next week it will be some Bab 5 thing. I think maybe
Nice.
we'll do, what is it? 3 or 4? We'll do one of those, but basically something coming up next in the list. I guess let's stick with the Commander Sinclair stuff
Cool.
for a little bit. So we have
Alright.
everything else to get to later. Alrighty.
Hey.
Well, Jill, thanks for joining us. You're welcome anytime.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, I'll let you know if there's a thing you're doing that I want to also do.
Okay.
I wanted to. What's that? Oh, I haven't.
One, then the other. Go ahead.
Talking, as Mr. Brown might say.
I was here for a very important purpose, and I never mentioned it. I wanted to convince everybody today to not watch the series in the DVD order that you find it, but to watch it in production order because the I mean, they're episodic, and you can technically watch them out of order, but I believe that the production of the show tells a story of its own. So if
Okay.
you want to, it on the Wikipedia it shows you the production order.
Oh, okay.
It's something to
So
consider.
there we go. That would
Another
be
one
a
of these
thing to
shows
do,
that gets
folks.
messed about, didn't it?
So now that you're in the X space that we have, I guess I can just post what topics we're going to do a little bit earlier than I have been, and that way you can just say if you want to jump on or not. And if there's ever a time that you need an extra person on one of your panels, don't hesitate to ask.
Absolutely, sure. You're definitely welcome on mine. Maybe I'll bring you into my Twitter group. I have one too.
I'm in the network, but if you have another one,
Oh, that's right. I do spam in there sometimes,
yeah.
but I do have my
Well,
own.
well, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. Babylon 5, Star Trek, Star Wars. I mean, all this Star Trek and Star Wars. I'm talking about the real stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I've been
Although
known to
Star
talk
Wars,
about Star Trek from time to time.
although Star Wars, I do extend a little bit more than just the original trilogy. I mean, that was the best, but I think that the prequels weren't that bad, and then I liked Rebels and Clone Wars
I
and
think
stuff.
about
But
I enjoy the original Star Wars movies. I've not that much into the EU, but I did read Splinter of the Mind's Eye pretty much when it came out. And if you read that, it's quite clear that if George Lucas had made certain decisions about the characters, he sure as hell didn't tell Timothy Zahn.
hmm.
Like about Luke and Leia, for example.
Hmm.
He certainly didn't tell them that they were going to be brother and sister.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Lucas did kind of make things up as he went
Ooh,
along.
nice hat.
Thank you. I still have it. I gotta fix it though. It's got some holes because it's very frilly.
It just makes it more witchy.
Mm.
All right. All right, folks, I think we better sign off before we lose more. Well, thank you all for joining us. I am going to clear the stage so we can play
Yeah.
our outro. Thank you
Like
again,
and
Jill.
subscribe. You're welcome.
Thank you again, Jill. It's been a very. I'm sorry about the audio issues.
Oh yeah, that was on me. I didn't realize EV Mux doesn't like it when your microphone has a mute button, and I was using my microphone's mute button, but EV Mux doesn't like that, so I know now not to use it.
Remember,
Well,
folks, and all for next week, remember, watch the shadows. They move when you're not looking.
Oh, yes.
and then let's clear me